But our sidecars today, the 2NZ, Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield, trying to go back-to-back in the Burt Munro Challenge. They line up the 2NZ bike, the 16, Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal. The other 16 from Invercargill, also Jason Harper, James Dawson. The 19 of Scott Ado and Ramon Nikuta-Bellick. From Auckland, Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell line up the 22 bike. The 23 from Christchurch, Ben Morris and Graham Partridge. The 23 from Invercargill, Kevin McDonald and Nigel Cookow. The 47 from Invercargill, Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald. We'll see the 67 from Christchurch, Gary Stalker and William Little. The 73, Taylor Green and the pastry boy, Callum Innes. The 79, Dallas McCalman and Brett Nicholson. As well as the 6, Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield lining up on our classic sidecars today. The 82, Jason Clark and Bruce Waddick. Plus the 88 of Josh Wells and Regan Fleck. And Dylan Carney making his return to the track with Erwin Tree on the 89 bike. Our solos this afternoon, the 2NZ, George Congreve. We'll see the 3NZ of Ben Worley, the 4 from Christchurch, that's Caleb Chappell, the 5 of Ryan Terry Daly, the 11 of Chase Burrow, the 21 of Lucas Colvin, his brother Ryan lines up bike number 25. The 28 will see Hayden Brookland, the 55 of Dakota Kringle, and the 86, the man who's been super quick all season, Mr. Finn Reid, lines up that bike. Solo supports today, the 25 from Christchurch, Aaron Callahan. He lines up alongside the 41 of Sean Powell, also from Christchurch. We'll see Jimmy Hannon line up the 46 bike and the 48 of Pat Dysart. Classic solos this afternoon. Great to see a huge field of these guys. The 4i Paul Blaseby lines up alongside the 5 of Ryan Terry Daly. The 13 from Christchurch, Glenn Soul. Kevin Ryan lines up bike number 18. Kane Dunlop lines up the 43 bike from Christchurch. John the Bummer Tuffley lines up the 66 machine alongside the 71 of Derek McRae and the 91 also of Les Payne. Flat trackers, a new grade for us here at Oreti Park Speedway. Good to see such a good field of these guys this afternoon. Mitch Rowe lines up the 3 bike, Paul Blaseby on bike number 4, Blake Gillard on the 5 from Auckland. Jamie McDonald lines up the 9 from Christchurch, Connor McGlusky Young on the 11 bike, Daniel Jordan on the 13 from Auckland. We'll see the 19 of Andy Walker from Christchurch alongside Alex Brock and Alistair Hugenbosom on the 43 bike from Auckland. Wayne Drake lines up the 72 bike alongside the 91. The local man, Les Payne, also a local Sarah Chapman, lines up bike number 137. Damien Cope on the 560 and the 999C of Andrew Rudd. That is the Supercella Shelley group. And the Neville Hayes group, Jacob Scammell lines up the 10 bike alongside Cormac Buchanan making his return here to Oreti Park Speedway. We'll see him on the 14 bike. Aaron Madden lines up the 22 from Christchurch. Vince Creech on the 29, also from Christchurch as well. Mark Galbraith from Auckland on the 33 bike. The 41, Nick Smith. We'll see Jason Davis on the 85 bike. Robbie Stokes on the 91. James Hugenbosom on the 195 bike from Christchurch. Matt Keane lines up the 408. Scott Wilkins on the 411. And Johnny Brassel on the 471. To our Pee-wees and Juniors, the 50cc's this afternoon, Max Cracknell lines up the 66 machine alongside Hadley Wilkins on the 411 out of Auckland and Tanner Fox on the 61 as well. Our 70s, Harry Harper lines up the 10 bike alongside the 11 of Ollie Shuttleworth, the 13 of Eva Chapman and the 24 of Kerry Sharp. Eva Chapman there as well on the 13 machine. Cooper Lang lines up the 8 bike in our 125s today alongside Major Kalman on the 17, Jackson Harley on the 33, Arlen Voice on the 63, the 72 of Kobe Drake, the 95 that's Maddox Harley, and the 96 young fella Ollie Cunningham will line up. The juniors, the 200s today, Eli Bartley lines up the 5 bike, Jack Chapman's there as well, Slade Fordyce on the 9. From Christchurch, Chase Lang lines up bike number 16. Also his club mates Bradley Partridge and Oscar Drake here to go battle today. And last but certainly not least, the 66, that is Caden Cracknell. So there we have it, folks, your competitors set to go battle today for this, the Supercella Shelley Burt Munro Speedway Spectacular. Action to come here at the Southern Bolts and Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway. Kick back, relax, thanks for coming along.
Okay, folks, welcome, of course, to, what's it called now? I don't know, one of them. You tell us, where are we?
We're at the Southern Bolts and Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway for the Supercella Shelley Burt Munro Speedway Spectacular.
You've been practicing that all night, eh? I've just got off the plane from, I don't know where I was, but this is about my 4th Speedway meeting this weekend. But hey, welcome everybody that's in the live stream here to Oreti Park Speedway for the Super Shelley Burt Munro Speedway Challenge for 2024. I'm, of course, Jace, Big Jace. They got desperate for a presenter, so they've got me to come in and do it. And they also got desperate for a commentator, so they're Corbin to come in and do it, mate. So, this is an annual event, and we'd like to welcome all those people that are from out of town, especially. Thank you very much for coming and being part of this event. Obviously, weather has been a huge factor for this event yet again, Corbin.
Yeah, I saw some photos earlier in the week, Jace, and the small track was completely underwater. So just a bit of work to do at the moment to get these tracks up to standard, and we won't be too far away. Fingers crossed.
Well, that's always going to be the case, isn't it? And, of course, these guys, the track crews doing a fantastic job of trying to get this track ready. It needs to be safe. I mean, these guys, they've got work tomorrow, literally, so they need to make sure the track's nice and safe for these guys to be able to jump on their bikes and have a bit of fun, huh?
And that's exactly right. There's a lot of riders here today that haven't raced in a wee while as well. Good to see the return of like Dylan Carney and that sort of stuff. So these guys here, they'll be wanting things to be as safe as possible out on track for the big return.
Absolutely. Well, actually, Dylan's my son-in-law, so, he's got a business now too, so he needs to make sure he survives this weekend, but he hasn't been on a bike for quite some time, had some shoulder injuries and bits and pieces, and I think that sort of, maybe sorted itself out now, so with any sort of luck, we won't have to peel him off the track.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. What did he say? Probably 2018 possibly, since he was last on the bike, so it'd be good to watch.
Well, of course, one Burt Munro, we were here. He ended up over in turn number, 4, and he had a bit of a knock with another bike, and that was pretty much what ended his swinging days, but it's good to see him back. Who else is here of any great interest? I actually haven't had a chance to look at it all, but I see there's a huge amount of bikes here. Yeah,
some good solos as well. Looking forward to seeing Finn Reid back in action. Obviously, he had a tough run at the recent New Zealand title, so he'll be after a bit of redemption, and he's got to contend with like a George Conger, even Ben Woolley, those sorts of guys who are very, very good riders. So solo racing today is set to be pretty hot as well.
How'd they get you? You're usually a radio star now, aren't you? You're on More FM, mate. You're just, the bee's knees now. I didn't think you had time for Oreti Park Speedway anymore.
Oh, mate, never forget your roots. Love this place, and really looking forward to today, that's for sure.
I haven't forgotten many of my roots. Anyway, so it's a fantastic event, and welcome once again to all those people that are here. We'll try and catch up and do some interviews very shortly. We'll try and catch up with a couple of people that make it happen as well. But Corbin, you're the commentator, mate. You must be stoked and looking forward to this. And finally, I think the weather's going to hold off just nicely for us.
Yeah, great to see such a big crowd starting to roll in here. Obviously, the Burt Munro and Invercargill, it's a huge event. We know that we're both locals. It brings so many different visitors to the town. It's cool to see so many coming out supporting the event today, and the action is set to be pretty damn hot as well.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, plane it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
At Mag and Turbo, not only are we Christchurch's leading mag wheel dealer, but we also have the biggest range of tyres for family cars, sports cars and four-wheel drives, all available at the best price in town. So not only can you buy new mags from us, but also tyres for any vehicle backed up with the best after-sales service around. All available from just $1 down and as low as $10 a week. Credit criteria and fees apply. So for the very best deals in town on new mags and tyres for any vehicle, get down to the number 1 Mag and Turbo Tyre and Service Centre.
On screen now, if you're watching from home, the 66 Max Cracknell, one of the young up-and-coming riders here. Second generation, I suppose we could say. Brother Caden racing alongside him as well. And the 200s a little bit later on. Only 40 minutes behind schedule. Big track, still not looking at $1 million at the moment, so it sounds like we're going to have one of our flat trackers very shortly get them out on track, see if we can blow some of that ugly stuff off the top of the surface there. This is me padding for time while I get this race underway, and we've struck issues again on the 411 bike for Hadley Wilkins there. So starter's happy this time. First race of the afternoon, and away we go. Max Cracknell from the inside leads him down to turn number 1 and 2. Wilkins had issues to get underway here, but now he leads this one. So it's Wilkins to Cracknell, then back to Tanner Fox, who holds on to third at the moment. Cracknell makes a move for the inside, slides down the inside of Wilkins to the local man. The Crackers contracting sponsored 66 bike of Max Cracknell has race number 1 of the afternoon, all under control. Down the extreme carts, back straight he comes, and look at the lead the young man has pulled through 3 and 4. He ticks off yet another lap. Tanner Fox trying to reel down his clubmate from Auckland, Hadley Wilkins. White flag presented this time around. Quick sharp for Max Cracknell. Through 1 and 2 he comes. He's got half a lap on the rest of the field. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. He's on your screen now if you're watching at home. And Max Cracknell takes race number 1 of the afternoon. Over that 411 bike. Hadley Wilkins. Back to the 61 of Tanner Fox. So what a ride from Max Cracknell, folks. Put your hands together for the young fella. Half a lap, eh? The pace of the man. Pee-wee's 70cc's out on track for us next. We'll see the 13 of Eva Chapman line up out of gate number 2, a vacant gate number 1. Harry Harper lines up from gate 3, and Ollie Shuttleworth will line up the 11 bike out of gate number 4. So 3 locals set to go battle in heat number 2 of the race number 2 of the afternoon. Heat 1 for our Pee-wee 70s. Don't forget if you're feeling a little bit peckish, plenty of food vendors around the arena. Racing this time we go, and it's Chapman from the middle, from the inside, sorry, that leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. She's pulled a massive lead already. Chapman from Harper to Shuttleworth. That's your race order. What can Harper do? Can he go around the outside of Eva Chapman through 3 and 4 as they come for the first time? And Harper starting to make that lead ever so slightly smaller. Eva Chapman through 3 and 4. Shuttleworth sits in 3rd at the moment. Ollie Shuttleworth, that is. Eva Chapman doing very, very well to hold out the 10 of Harry Harper, who's right on her back doorstep at the moment. Is he going to have a dive through turns number 3 and 4? Heads to the inside. Here comes Harper. Can he make it stick as they come around and collect the white flag? Race order this time. Harper, Chapman, Shuttleworth. Harry Harper had a huge dive through 3 and 4, and he's managed to make it stick on the exit of turn 4 for the final time, and it's a race win for the 10 machine. Harry Harper over Eva Chapman, who led the race for the majority of it. Back to Ollie Shuttleworth, who rounds them out in 3rd, sorry. Heat number 1 of the afternoon, race 3 in the program for our 125s. We'll see the 17 of Major Kalman line up from gate number 1. The 33 of Jackson Harley for gate 2, the 72 of Kobe Drake out of gate number 3, and the 8 of Cooper Lang will line up from gate number 4. So good handful of visiting bikes from Christchurch come down to support the 2024 Burt Munro Challenge. We'll give these guys a chance to get around and have a bit of a look at the track. Huge ups to the track team as well, Dwayne doing lots of hard work on this small track all throughout the week. As I said a little bit earlier on, this track was underwater in the photos I saw every Friday, Thursday. These guys have done amazing work to bring it back and give these guys a crack here this afternoon. So, starter gets them all lined up. Looks relatively happy. Racing we go. This time tapes rise. Here we are. So leading them down to 1 and 2. The 17 and Major Kalman. He's got Harley knocking on his back door with Cooper Lang sliding into that 3rd place. Look at the pace of the Harley bike. 33. Jackson Harley trying to find a way around the outside of Major Kalman. Kalman has a bit of a slip up. Through 1 and 2. These boys are absolutely flying. This track very, very drivey for them. Harley heads to the outside of Kalman to battle on your hands, folks. Lang sits that back there in 3rd at the moment with Drake in 4th. Harley going to try and head down the inside of Major Kalman. Super, super fast these boys are at the moment. So race order this time. It's Harley from Kalman to Lang and back to Drake. Through 3 and 4 for the final time, and it's a race win for Jackson Harley from Christchurch over the local man Major Kalman on the 17 bike. Folks, that would have to be the best 125 race I think I've seen. Those boys out the front were absolutely scorching. The 72 of Kobe Drake. Bit of smoke pumping out the back of that thing. Fingers crossed, nothing too major. Heat number 2 for our junior solos, our 125s. Maddox Harley will line up from gate number 1. The 96 of Ollie Cunningham out of gate number 2. And from Christchurch, the 63 of Arlen Voice will line up out of gate number 3. Don't forget, folks, 50-50 raffle floating around this afternoon. If you do happen to see the collectors, feel free to chuck some money aside with a ticket. That could be walking home with a nice handful of cash. So, just the two of them to run on this one. The club mates from Christchurch, Maddox Harley and Arlen Voice. We'll see what magic these boys can create. Racing we go this time, side by side on the entry to turn number 1 and 2. Oh, bit of drive. Picks up there for Maddox Harley. Gets all crossed up and sideways, but he leads this race over his club mate Arlen Voice. A little bit unsteady, the 95 mission, I must say, at the moment. So, Arlen Voice with work to do to try and chase down his club mate in the form of Maddox Harley, the 95 bike. You might notice a wee Warriors logo appearing on that bike. Up the wires, some would say. Through 1 and 2 he comes. One more time, he'll collect the white flag this time around. White flag, last lap for Maddox Harley. Through 3 and 4 he comes for the final time. Arlen Voice has to settle for second. It's a race win for Maddox Harley from Christchurch. Race number 5 in your program, Heat 1 for our junior solos, our 200s. Chase Lang lines up from gate number 1, the 66 of Caden Cracknell out of gate number 2, the 5 of Eli Bartley out of gate number 3, and the 72 of Oscar Drake will line up out of gate number 4. So starters happy. Caden Cracknell gets the front wheel up and manages to make it work. Down to turns number 1 and 2 we go for the first time. And it looks to be the race leader at the moment from Christchurch, the 16 of Chase Lang. Caden Cracknell slides into second. Through the mucky stuff comes the 72 of Drake. And is it enough for Eli Bartley to slide into that third place? Yeah, you bet it is. So the 16 of Chase Lang leads it from Caden Cracknell to the Team Bartley at Harcourt, sponsored 5 bike of Eli Bartley. Drake going to try and head down his inside this time, manages to make it work. So Eli Bartley drops back to that 4th place. White flag presented. It's the 16 of Chase Lang with 1 lap to go until he bags maximum points in this Burt Munro Challenge. Caden Cracknell doing well to hold on to second at the moment, and it's a race win for Lang. Cracknell. Drake should be coming home in third here, cruises on past, and Eli Bartley in 4th. That's how they finish for race 1 of our 200s. And that will be the first round of our juniors done and dusted. Then it sounds like we're going to get our flat trickers out for a bit of a skid and have a bit of a practice. See how we go with these guys. Try blow some of this ugly stuff off the top of the big track here. As you can see on screen, it's rather mucky. So the starter will get these guys all lined up. Slade Fordyce on the back straight. Bit of a practice start for him. Starter seems to be relatively happy. Heat number 2 for our 200cc's, and underway we go. It's Chapman that leads him down to turns number 1 and 2. Slade Fordyce is all crossed up, and he's going to push from Christchurch. Bradley Partridge out high and wide. So it's Chapman, it's Fordyce to Partridge. And Chapman starting to really pull away with things. Partridge doing a bit of work to try and squeeze down the inside of the local man Slade Fordyce. Can he get it done through 3 and 4 this time? He's got the good run of it. They're side by side down the main straight here. Partridge has another dive and issues for Fordyce. To the outfield he goes. Not what you want to do this early on in the Burt Munro Challenge. Points matter all day long. White flag, last lap. Chapman from Partridge to Fordyce. Through 3 and 4 for the final time, and it's a race win for the 7 of Chapman. From Partridge to that 9 bike of Slade Fordyce. Struck issues, went to the outfield, and ugly, untidy after the race. Down goes Chapman. He's up on his feet though, he's okay. These young fellas, they seem to bounce back pretty well. Also, just a heads up today, race fans, please, if you are videoing any of the races here from the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway, do not publish these anywhere until 7 days' time. Looks like nothing major on the 7 bike for Chapman, so fingers crossed we see him back out for the next one and carry on the form he brought out for that one there. Coming up, sounds like we're going to have a wee run of our flat trackers, get them out for a bit of a practice. So kick back, relax, they'll be on track in just a moment here at Oreti Park. Alright folks, as you can see out on track at the moment, a bunch of our flat trackers. So these guys here just out there trying to blow some of that stuff off the top of the track there. These are a relatively new grade for us here at the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. And as you can see, you can have a whole lot more of them out on the track, which is pretty damn cool as well. If you do want to get involved with these guys, you can get in touch with us on the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway Facebook page. But we'll leave you to it. Kick back, relax, and enjoy our flat trackers having a bit of a practice here at Oreti Park.
Shades of pearl and green. Fire burning hearts in darkest places. There's never been a better time to feel alive. I found a way, we're past the lines where truth won't lie. Life is waiting on the other side. Follow me into the underground. Watch the world.
Okay, folks, of course, a bit of a delay for the start of the racing here at Oreti Park Speedway. There's obviously a bit of an issue with the track, with the rain and the bits and pieces that have been happening especially last night. It didn't stop till 4 o'clock this morning. I'll just get my cameraman to show you what this track's like at the moment. If you have a look, it's actually quite not too bad up the top here. You see those flat trackers. We're trying to get a line around the outside of the track, but the inside of the track is where the problem is. There's lots of pooling of water and bits and pieces in different parts of the track. So what they're going to do now is they're going to bring out the young'uns again and do another couple of rounds with those guys. Then we'll have another look at the track, get that, there's a bit of wind now that's obviously popped up, which will help the situation even more. Doesn't look like there's going to be any more rain for the rest of the day, touch wood, any sort of luck. So that's what the issue is at the moment. So hang in there, folks. For those people that are live streaming, just hang in there. We will get some racing underway. But the kids will be out very, very shortly. The kids' track's probably not too bad at the moment. So we'll be back very, very shortly with some good racing here from Oreti Park Speedway. Back soon.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
Alright folks, here we go, skipping to race number 19 in your program. This is our Pee-wee 50cc's from gate 1. We'll see that 411A bike of Hadley Wilkins, a vacant gate number 2. Max Cracknell will line up from gate number 3, and the 61 of Tanner Fox out of gate number 4. So last time around it was all about Max Cracknell. Had half a track on the rest of these guides. We'll wait and see what magic he can create. Can he do it again? Starter's happy, gets them all lined up. Revs come up, racing we go this time, and it's Cracknell once again. It's going to lead them down to turns number 1 and 2. Oh, looks like issues there for Hadley Wilkins. Gets stuck in that rough stuff on the inside line there. But it's still all about Max Cracknell, the man who leads it. Jason Gutteridge from the Pits TV, pulling all sorts of funny faces at me through my commentary box window. Doesn't have to do much, it's a funny face anyway. Jason Gutteridge from the Pits, thanks to his team as well for coming out here today and live streaming this event. So once again, Max Cracknell on the 66 bike leads it. He's got half a straight length on the rest of them so far, just about a full straight as well. It's the 61 of Tanner Fox, slides into second place, and that 411A of Hadley Wilkins sitting there in third, trying to do some work to get around the outside of his club mate Tanner Fox. Can he make it stick this time down the extreme carts, back straight through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Max Cracknell pulling away with the race lead. He's got half a lap on them once again. Cracknell, Wilkins, Fox. That's your race order. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Comes Max Cracknell, and it's another race win for him. Maximum points in the 2024 Burt Munro Challenge. Of course, the Speedway event brought to us by super seller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. Cracknell, Wilkins, Fox. That's how they finish. Race number 19 in your program. Heat 2 of the afternoon for our 50cc's. Eva Chapman will line up from gate number 1, Ollie Shuttleworth out of gate number 2, and Harry Harper out of gate number 4. Race 20 in your program, heat number 2 of the afternoon for our 70cc's. Eva Chapman got an absolutely fantastic start last time around. Harry Harper reeled her in though, managed to sneak on past. Don't forget Oreti Park Speedway merchandise on sale, plus our special 50th anniversary edition stuff available for pre-order at the MTF tent here on the main straight. If you're watching on the live stream, want to order some of that, you can message us on the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway Facebook page. Oh, Chapman got all excited. Rather animated there too, not happy about that. Starters happy, racing we go this time, and it's Ollie Shuttleworth who's going to lead them down to turns number 1 and 2. What a start from the young fella. It's Shuttleworth over Harper to Chapman at the moment. Keep an eye on Chapman. She was quick in that first race. Won't be long till she's knocking on these boys' back doors. Harry Harper, he shoots to the race lead. Round the outside of Shuttleworth he goes. Here comes Chapman through turns number 1 and 2. Chapman up high and wide. Does she shoot round the outside of Shuttleworth this time through 3 and 4? It's Harper from Shuttleworth still to Chapman. Shuttleworth doing well to hold on to that second place at the moment. But Harry Harper just starting to pull away with things. Through 3 and 4, white flag. Here comes Chapman to the outside of Shuttleworth. Chapman's up high and wide. Does she manage to make it stick? No, not quite. Shuttleworth fights to hold on to the position. Last lap. It's Harper for the win. Keep an eye on Shuttleworth though for a last minute dive. Too little too late. And loses that second position late in this one here to Chapman on that 13 bike. So there we go. We got there in the end, eh? Race number 21 on your program. It's heat 3 for our junior solos, our 125s. The 96 of Ollie Cunningham will line up out of gate number 1. Fingers crossed, no issues for Ollie this time around. The 8, that's Cooper Lang. He'll line up out of gate number 2. And Major Cowman out of gate number 4. He was super, super quick last time. Starter will get them all lined up. Awaiting the green flag, racing we go. There's some issues again for Cunningham off the line. Not what he would have been wanting. Would have been looking for a little bit of redemption this time around though, so keep an eye on these two. It's Lang versus Kalman. Kalman heads to the inside of him, makes the move stick. Kalman leads this one here over the visitor from Christchurch in the form of Cooper Lang. Lang tries to squeeze down the inside of him through turns 3 and 4. Has another dive through turns number 1 and 2. Major Kalman looking super racy, but take nothing away from the man on the 8 bike. Cooper Lang gets the rear end of the bike out nice and wide. Tries to hold down the low this time. Sneaking down the inside of Kalman, not an easy job. Under white flag conditions, last lap issues for Lang, gets all crossed up. Kalman converts it to a race win from the start. Cooper Lang has to settle for second, and once again, unfortunate for that 96 bike of Ollie Cunningham. Major Kalman spent a little bit of time racing over in Australia. The experience over there is certainly paying off. This time, starters happy. Green flag in the air, racing we go, and from the inside, Arlen Voice got an absolute scorcher of a start. Maddox Harley shuts the door on him though, Jackson Harley also. Jackson Harley that is, tries to head around the outside of Maddox. Does he make it stick? He's up high and wide, just about a touch with the wee pole on the inside there, and it's Maddox Harley still managing to hold on to it. Jackson Harley heads to the outside of him once again, so we've got a battle on our hands here, race fans. This is an interesting one to talk about at the dinner table a little bit later on. Maddox Harley doing well to hold off from Jackson at the moment. And all crossed up. Sorry, vice versa. These bikes look the exact same. It's Jackson Harley in the lead with Maddox Harley sitting in second place. Arlen Voice sitting there in third. And that 72 of Kobe Drake back there in fourth at the moment. Checkered flag flies though. Race win for Jackson Harley on the 33. Maddox Harley brings it home in second. Voice in third. And Drake home in fourth there. Those Harley boys, though, absolutely flying this afternoon. Starters happy, racing we go this time. Chase Lang from the outside leads him down to turns number 1 and 2. The 72 of Drake shuts the door on him though. These are 200s this afternoon, absolutely flying. So side by side down the main straight we come. And Chase Lang tries to have another dive down the inside of that 72 of Oscar Drake, the local. Jack Chapman, he sits it back there in third at the moment. So Drake doing very well to hold off his club mate. The 16 of Chase Lang. Can Lang squeeze down the inside of him? Oh, they get all crossed up. They both go wide. Is this enough for Chapman to head down the inside of the lot of them? You bet it is. And collect the white flag. So we have to go racing again this time here. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Chapman, can he hold on to it? He's got pressure on the back door from Drake and Lang. So race order, they finish Chapman, Drake, Lang. So we'll wait and see what the officials have to say about that one there. Chase Lang pushed the 72 of Drake out high and wide right off the track. So the team at the Pits Media got a bit of a replay for us. So yeah, Chase Lang just comes straight up beside him and pushed him directly off the track there. Lucky that wasn't worse off for either of those two guys. So we'll see what the officials say about that. Starting to hear whispers in here of Chase Lang being excluded for that. So we'll see official word on that in a moment. Heat number 4 of the afternoon for the 200s. Gate 1, Bradley Partridge. The 5 of Eli Bartley out of gate number 2. The 9I of Slade Fordyce out of gate number 3. And that 66 of Caden Cracknell out of gate number 4. Racing we go this time from the middle. Slade Fordyce, an absolute scorcher of a start. He leads them through turns number 1 and 2. Fordyce, Partridge, Cracknell, Bartley. That's your race order. Keep an eye on Cracknell though. He's in a head to the inside of the lot of them. Slade Fordyce is up high and wide, loses a place there because of that. Cracknell though did well to make his way to the front. Partridge not backing off anytime soon. Slade Fordyce may just lose a spot to Eli Bartley here in a moment as well. So Bartley's finding a little bit of form as the white flag's presented for the Crackers contracting sponsored 66 bike of Caden Cracknell. Through 3 and 4 he comes. Final time race win. It's Cracknell from Partridge to Fordyce, who's up high and wide, back to the 5 of Eli Bartley. And there we go, another round of our juniors done and dusted. Tell you what I'm going to do, folks, and head into the pits, see what's going on, and let you know more about what's coming out on track in just a moment here from the Southern Bolton Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway. Thanks for sticking with us again, race fans, and welcome along if you just joined us in the live stream to the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway for this, the Supercell Shelley Burt Munro Speedway. We've had a number of delays before we get underway today, a bit of grading on the track as you just saw a moment ago, but here we are ready to go racing this time, and this is the first race of the afternoon. We're skipping to race 13 in your program, which is our flat trackers, the Supercell Shelley group. Give these guys a couple of laps, have a bit of a look around, and then we'll be underway and racing. A huge ups to the track crew have managed to bring back some sort of a surface, which looks like it's going to be pretty damn racy a little bit later on once we get that top blowing off it. So we should see out of gate 1 today, Paul Blaseby, Daniel Jordan in behind him, Alex Frock in behind him as well, Connor McCluskey Young out of gate 2 with Blake Gillard in behind him, Wayne Drake from gate number 3, Sarah Chapman also, and Damien Cope out of gate number 3. Gate 4, Mitch Rowe lines up the 3 bike alongside the 19 of Angie Walker. Alistair Hugenbosom out of gate number 4 as well on the 43 bike from Auckland. Gate 5, Les Payne lines up at the front with Andrew Rudd in behind him, and Jamie McDonald from Christchurch on the 9 bike in behind him as well. So the first time we've actually seen a big field of flat trackers here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. Previous meetings this season only sort of seen a couple of them. There's a bit of rain coming down on us here at Oreti Park. I'm sure this will eventuate to nothing though. So just bear with the commentator while these guys are out on track as well. Never commentated this many bikes on one surface here. So it looks like the starter's relatively happy, and racing we go this time. It's bike number 4, Paul Blaseby, that's going to lead them down to turns number 1 and 2. He holds it down nice and low and manages to make it stick as that shower starts to get relatively heavy though. Keep an eye on bike number, can't even see a number from here who that is, who heads straight down the inside of a lot of them and takes it straight to the front. So out the front at the moment looks to be, we'll get a number this time around, the 560 of Damien Cope. So he leads it from the 999 of Andrew Rudd. These guys absolutely scorching. We'll take a look at some lap times next time around as well. Blaseby starts to drop back through the field ever so slightly. Frock sits in 12th. We've got Liz Payne in 13th and Sarah Chapman, they're in 14th. The locals towards the back of the field in this one here. Fastest lap of the race, it's an 18.869 for your race leader, Damien Cope. He's got it under control at the moment from Andrew Rudd back to Blake Gillard, who sits in third, with Andy Walker there in fourth as they start to spread out pretty evenly amongst the track surface here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. Let's take a look at the lead that Damien Cope has over Andrew Rudd on Blake Gillard on bike number 5. It's a total of 4.5 seconds. So he is absolutely scorching as he's going to start to catch up on the back runners in the form of Sarah Chapman. To the inside comes Damien Cope. Through the C Brown Builders turns number 1 and 2, he holds the fastest lap. It's an 18.738. That bike number 560 absolutely flying. Cope, Gillard, Rudd, Walker, Drake. That's your race order. As the white flag's presented this time for your race leader, the 560 of Damien Cope. Bikes galore here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. Gillard sitting in second at the moment, but back 6.1 seconds now. So Damien Cope can cruise his way down past the start-finish line. Yes, he does. Takes a race win. So it finishes Cope, Gillard. Back to Andrew Rudd, Andy Walker, Wayne Drake, Alistair Hugenbosom, Connor McGlusky Young, Daniel Jordan, Paul Blaseby, Jamie McDonald. That's your top 10. And the fastest lap of the race, that 18.738 for Damien Cope. Mitch Rowe, he came home in 11th with Alex Frock in 12th, Liz Payne in 13th, and Sarah Chapman rounded them out in 14th. So there we go. First we crack at the big field of the flat trickers here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. What do we reckon? We like that? Something a bit different, eh? It's almost like it's the Grand Parade, but the bikes are going at pace. There's just that many of them. So next up we should see the Neville Hayes group. Vince Creech will line up from gate number 1 behind him. The local man, Jacob Scammell on the 10 bike. James Hugenbosom will line up the 195 from Christchurch, also from gate number 1. Alongside them from gate 2, Robbie Stokes will line up the 91 bike with the 411 of Scott Wilkinson behind him, and Johnny Brassel from the 471 from Christchurch out of gate number 2 also. Matt Keane out of gate 3 with Aaron Madden behind him. Mark Galbraith out of gate number 4 with the 88 of Cormac Buchanan, making his return to the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway, and has just had some major success winning the New Zealand Superbike Championship next door at Teretonga this morning, so congratulations to Cormac. Of course, he started a lot of his motorbike racing right here at Oreti Park Speedway, so cool to have him here, and a bit of a homecoming, as some would say. Alongside him, out of gate number 5, Nick Smith will line up the 30 bike from Christchurch, and Jason Davies on the 85 bike. Just trying to lay eyes on Cormac Buchanan to see if he is out on track. And it looks like this is him here coming down past the control tower now, so so the starter will get these bikes all lined up and sort of ready to go. Issues for bike number 22 by the looks of things. Aaron Madden from Christchurch, he's sort of circulating around the infield there. Fingers crossed that doesn't eventuate too much. And we see him line up. I could be wrong here, but back to that Cormac Buchanan situation, this could be the first crack we've seen him have on the big track. Of course, when he was doing a lot of his racing here at Oreti Park Speedway, it was on our juniors and peewees, so sort of in the small track grade. So we'll see how he goes on the big surface here at Oreti Park Speedway. Starters happy, racing we go, and it's the 408 bike who's going to lead them down to turns number 1 and 2. Matt Keane, Buchanan, straight round the outside. and slots into that second place. So keep an eye on them as they come around to tick off lap number 1. Your race leader is the 33 of Mark Galbraith, all the way from Auckland. Buchanan, he sits in second at the moment with Jason Davies in third. Scott Wilkins sits in fourth. And the local Jacob Scammell, he's in amongst the action as well. Buchanan trying to reel down your race leader in the form of Mark Galbraith. Can he get it done? Buchanan's all sideways and crossed up through turns number 3 and 4. Fastest lap of the race, Cormac Buchanan, a 19.074. Can anyone top that? Jacob Scammell, the local, he's sitting in 5th at the moment, trying to find a way around the outside of Scott Wilkins. The battle for 5th and 4th looks like he's made it stick this time. Buchanan has a massive dive down the inside of Mark Galbraith and makes it stick for the lead. An 18.940, fastest lap of the race that time around for Cormac Buchanan. Your top 10, it's Buchanan from Galbraith to Davis, Wilkins, Scammell to Bressel, Madden, Hugenbosom, Smith and Stokes. That's your top 10. As Buchanan starts to make his way through the back, the tail end of the field. Jacob Scammell, he's dropped back a decent handful of positions as well. Fastest lap of the race as the white flags presented is still the 18.940 for Cormac Buchanan, and he's got over a second of a lead over the man in second, which is Mark Galbraith. Checkered flag flies and it's a race win for the man who was just crowned New Zealand Superbike champion next door at Tiratonga, Cormac Buchanan. Put your hands together as he comes around, folks. A local man who is doing amazing things all over the world in motorbike racing. He wins it from Mark Galbraith on the 33 bike. Jason Davis back to Scott Wilkins, Jacob Scammell, Johnny Bressel, Aaron Madden, James Hugenbosom, Nick Smith and Robbie Stokes. That's your top 10. Fastest lap of the race was that 18.94 for Cormac Buchanan. Matt Keane, he comes home in 11th with Vince Creech coming home in 12th. There you have it. That is the Neville Hayes group of our flat trackers. Race number 14 in your program. Heat 1 of the afternoon for these guys. And we got there. We got there in the end. Plenty of bikes. Huge hello also to Tony Biddle, who has just sent me a message saying she's watching from up there in Christchurch. So a huge welcome along to Tony on the live stream. Great to have your company. That's the word I was looking for. Next up, sounds like some sidecar action. So kick back, relax. It's on track next here from the Southern Bolton Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway. One of the afternoon for our sidecars. From gate number 1 we should see the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield, the 22 of Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell from gate 2, Ben Morris, Graham Partridge out of gate number 3, and Jason Harper, James Dawson out of gate number 4. And racing we go this time. Jason Harper, James Dawson, an absolute scorcher. They're going to lead them down to turns number 1 and 2, but they get the door shut on them pretty early on in the form of that 2NZ machine of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. Through 3 and 4 they come for the first time. The 22 of Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell, they slot into that second place with Ben Morris, Graham Partridge, they're back there in 4th. So keep an eye on Jason Harper, James Dawson, a new bike for these guys, and they're really starting to come to grips with it at this stage of the season. Down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight they come, but it's all about the 2NZ at the moment. Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield, they're the current champions of the Burt Munro Challenge, and that time around they did a 17.186, so they are absolutely flying, not too far off our usual pace here at Oreti Park. Down through turns 3 and 4 they come, so your race order is Humphrey and Chatfield from Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell to Jason Harper, James Dawson, back to Ben Morris and Graham Partridge. Under white flag conditions, last lap this time around. Through turns number 3 and 4 we come, and the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield from start to finish make it a race win Over the 22 of Glenn Backshaw, Claire Hartnell, back to Jason Harper, James Dawson, and the 23 of Ben Morris and Graham Partridge round them out in fourth. Heat number 2 of the afternoon for our sidecars, Taylor Green and the pastry boy, Callum Innes, will line up out of gate number 1. Scott Ado and Ramon Nicolabellic from gate number 2 on the 19 bike. Gary Stalker and William Little out of gate number 3. And Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal will line up from gate number 4. Once again, don't forget the 50th anniversary of Oreti Park Speedway coming up this year. If you want to get your hands on some of the official merchandise, come down and see the team, Michelle and the team at the MTF tent here on the main straight, and you can pre-order some of that merch. I'll be interested to hear more of the story as to why I have to call Callum Innes the pastry boy. I've been told by a number of the other sidecar riders today that is the name to be used. I won't tell you who's put me onto that, but it was Chris Chatfield, just between you and I. We'll give these guys a chance to come around. This is race number 16 in your program. Of course, a couple of wee hiccups in getting started there, but that's where we're at. Race number 16, heat 2 of the afternoon for our sidecars. And a huge thanks again to Chase and the team from the Pits Media. If you are watching on the live stream, welcome along wherever you are. And a huge welcome to those that have braved it, stuck around with us here today at the track as well. Good to see such a impressive crowd in here. Don't forget 50-50 raffle. I can see those people were wandering around a moment ago. If you want to snap up one of those tickets, could be going home with a nice handful of cold hard cash. So, Skydo, Ramon Nicolabellic, the only locals in this one here. Get them behind them, race fans. See what magic they can create. Racing we go this time. And it's the 73 of Taylor Green and Callum Innes that lead them down to turns number 1 and 2. Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal, they slot into that second place with Ato and Nicolabellic sitting there in third. Gary Stalker, Willie Little, they're in fourth at the moment, side by side on the main straight. As Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal try and find a way down the inside of that 73 of Taylor Green and Callum Innes, the pastry boy. They're doing well to hold on to it at the moment, the 73 by car. But the 16 of Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal are looking very, very racy. Fastest lap of the race, Taylor Green, Callum the pastry boy, Innes, a 17.452. So they are looking very racy. The 67 of Gary Stalker, Willie Little, they retire to the infield in this one here. And through 3 and 4 we come to collect the white flag. This time around it's still the 73 of Taylor Green and Callum Innes. Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal, can they chase them down? A huge dive on the exit of turns number 2. Can they make it stick? They're right on their back door. Little bit of contact by the looks of things down to turns number 3 and 4. What happens on the exit of turn 4? And it's still going to be the 73 of Taylor Green and Callum Innes that get the win from Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal, back to the 19 of Scott Ato and Ramon Nicolabellic. Issues for Gary Stalker, William Little pushing the bike back. They retire to the infield, but we'll see what the officials say about that. Looked like a slight push from the 16 of Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal.
Walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, and I don't need to go around anymore. It's time to break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise control.
Full of local bikes was the word I was looking for there. The 23, Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookell, they were quick at our last meeting here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. An awesome race, one I haven't seen like that for a long time between them, Dallas Kalman, Brett Nicholson, and the 16 of Jason Harper and James Dawson. Very, very quick race. Thoroughly enjoyed that one last time around. Harley Biddle, Dion McDonald may have been out in that one as well. So I'll wait and see what unfolds in this one. Huge welcome to the McLeod Diesel team. down there in turn number 2. Great to see you guys here, loyal supporters of the Oreti Park Speedway. We'll give these guys a moment to come on around. Pete Senny will get them started, all sorted, all lined up. In just a moment, sounds like we're going to go to a little bit of a solo racing. And then proceed with our normal program here this afternoon at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. Once again, a huge thanks to super seller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. If you're looking at selling your house, she's the lady to talk to. And she's a loyal sponsor of this event in particular. Starters happy, racing we go this time from the middle. The 79, Dallas Carlman, Brett Nicholson got an absolute scorcher. They lead the field down to turns number 1 and 2. Right up on their outside though, Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald. Can they squeeze around the outside of them? Down the extreme carts, back straight we go. So it's still Carlman and Nicholson with the race lead. Dion McDonald and Harley Biddle slide to the inside of them and snatch that race lead off them. The 23 of Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookell, they sit back there in third at the moment. So your race order is Biddle and McDonald from Carlman and Nicholson. Issues for the 23 of Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookell. They pull to the infield. So just the two of them left to go battling this one. Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald leading it on the 47 bike. That bike has won national titles. A super quick machine, and it's just done an 18.020. That's the fastest lap of the race so far. They pull the massive lead down the extreme carts back straight to Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald. Dallas Carman, Brett Nicholson, they slot into that second and just holding on to that nicely. White flag presented last lap this time around. Unfortunate for the 23 of Kevin McDonald and Nigel Cookell, who have to watch this one from the infield. Through 3 and 4 we come for the final time. Maximum points. It's going to be a race win for the 47 of Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald over the 79 of Dallas Calwin and Brett Nicholson. So pretty straightforward for that one there. And now, if I'm right, well, there we go, fastest lap of the race, 17.885, Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald. Now, if I'm right, we're going to skip back in our race program ever so slightly to race number 7, heat number 1 of the afternoon for our solos. And I'm going to bring up the classic sidecars, just a handful of these guys. So this is race number 18 in your program. From gate 1, we'll see Josh Wells and Regan Fleck line up out of gate number 1. The 89, Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney making his return here to the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. We were trying to work out when it was that he last raced here, looking at possibly 2018, I was talking to him a moment ago. Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield, who's doing double duties today, they'll line up the 6th bike out of gate number 3. And we'll see the 82 of Jason Clark and Bruce Waddick lining up out of gate number 4. Haven't seen them, haven't seen the 6 pop out of Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield, so potentially issues for them. They may be scratched from this one. Erwin Tree, Dylan Carney. This is going to be interesting to see. That bike number 89 on your screen now if you're watching at home. The 88, Josh Wells, Regan Fleck. Pumping all the white smoke out the back of that machine. Give these guys a lap to have a bit of a look around. Been a while, as I said, for some of these guys since they've been out here at Oreti Park, so just a bit of a familiarisation lap. And we'll drop the tapes and get these guys underway. So if you are watching at home, you'll be able to see all the graphics popping up on your screen. And you may also be able to tell that the team from the Pits Media have a lot of time on their hands when they sit there in the van, typing all sorts of funny things out on their graphics. Sometimes you've just got to ignore them, especially when they can talk through your ears as well. So Pete Seddon gets these guys all lined up. He's rather animated, getting them sorted, quick, sharp. Let's get this thing underway. Erwin Tree And Dylan Carney will be the first to arrive to the tapes. The 88, Josh Wells, Regan Fleck. And out here on the wall, Jason Clark and Bruce Waddock. Starters happy, racing we go this time. Issues for Clark and Waddock off the line, but it's Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney who were going to lead them down to turns number 1 and 2 until Josh Wells and Regan Fleck shut the door in their face and said, no mate, not today. So it's Wells and Fleck that lead the field down the extreme carts back straight. Erwin Tree, Dylan Carney, they sit in second with Jason Clark, Bruce Waddock sitting there in third at the moment. Down through turns number 1 and 2 we go. And issues for the 88 bike. They throw the hand up. Josh Wells and Regan Fleck, unsure what's happened there, but they'll let the field on through. So it's Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney who's making his return here to Oreti Park Speedway, as we mentioned before, with Jason Clark and Bruce Waddock trying to reel them down. Can they do anything in the late stages of this one? We're under white flag, so it's the last lap. Down through turns number 3 and 4, and it's Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney doing well to hold on to it. Is there a last minute dive from Clark and Waddock? Of course there is. Still race win though, Erwin Tree. Dylan Carney, they get it done from Clark and Waddock, and issues for Josh Wells and Regan Fleck. Fingers crossed, nothing too major with that bike. Almost looked like it missed a little bit. Down through turns number 1 and 2, they threw the hand up there down the back straight and let the field slide on by. A bit of time to get into the pits, have a bit of a look at that. Fingers crossed, get that sorted. Next though, on track, we should head to our solos. Race number 7 in your program, heat 1 of the afternoon for these guys. Lucas Colvin lines up from gate number 1 on the 21 machine. The 3NZ, Ben Worley from gate number 2. And the 5 of Ryan Terry Daly all the way from Auckland. Of course, we recently held the New Zealand Solo Championship thanks to the team at Mainland Mechanical here at Oreti Park not too long ago. And it was Bradley Wilson-Dean coming away with the goods. He was quick all weekend. Unfortunate for our local in the form of Finn Reid, who we'll see out on track very shortly. He had a tough weekend, to say the least. Hayden Brooklyn was pretty impressive over the course of that weekend, but yeah, Wilson Dean, George Congreve, Ben Worley, all managing to come away with small numbers. So these guys here had quite a bit of track time here at Oreti Park over the past couple of meetings. Some big ones. Before that, we had the under 21 New Zealand Solo Champs, all thanks to Transit Homes and Haulage. So looks like it's just going to be the two of them this time around. Possibly no Ryan Terry Daly. He was definitely floating around the pits a little bit earlier on. Ben Worley, obviously a former New Zealand champion himself, racing out of the Moore Park Club. It'll just be the two of them this time around, Ben Worley and Lucas Colvin. The SC Engineering sponsored 21 bike. Starters happy this time around. We're just waiting on those tapes now. A bit windy here. Starters happy, racing we go this time from the inside. Lucas Colvin got not a bad start, but Ben Worley on the 3NZ machine shuts the door on him down through turns number 1 and 2. So it's Ben Worley with the lead over the 21 of Lucas Colvin. Colvin heads up high and wide. As Worley cruises on down past the start-finish line here, through down the C Brown Builders turns number 1 and 2. And down the back straight, he's got half a straight length over the 21 of Lucas Colvin. Ticking off yet another lap. It's a pretty straightforward solo racing for us in the first heat for these guys for the afternoon. Of course, they're all out to get that Super Seller Shelley Burt Munro Challenge trophy. through 3 and 4. White flag presented last lap for Ben Worley from Christchurch. He's on your screen now if you are watching at home. Understand Ben spent a little bit of time overseas as well. Checkered flag flies, he grabs maximum points in this Burt Munro Challenge and gets the win over Lucas Colvin, who coming home in second grabs some good points as well. But it sounds like before we get the next round out, we're going to head down to the pits, catch up with Jace. It sounds like he's got Erwin Tree down there.
Okay, team, we're down in the pits here. We've caught up with the man that won that last of the classic solos. It's classic sidecars. Erwin Tree, mate, it's been a wee while on the bike. I reckon it's a bit of hard work out there.
Oh, yeah, no, the old girl there, mate, she's a lot harder work than the big red machine I got at home.
So what's the difference? It's obviously a classic. What's the difference between that and the bike you got?
This one here's got the old Z1000 in it, Z1000 Kawasaki, frame built pre-1999. Yeah, they're just totally different to what we've got now. Like, the new ones are so sleek, and you'll see on the video, everyone watching will see just the difference in them. It probably looked really smooth, but yeah, she was hard work.
A bit of a battle, all right. Well, keep it up, and we'll come back and talk to you more, obviously.
No, good as, mate.
Right, we've got to check up. Dylan Carney's right beside me as well. Dylan, you haven't been on a bike since, I believe, 2018.
Yeah, it'd be something like that.
How did that feel? Is it good to be back on the bike?
Oh, a lot harder than I remember it.
So, obviously, you've got a couple of races to get through tonight. You reckon you're up to the task?
Hopefully. We'll see how we go.
All right, good stuff. Oh, well, best of luck, mate, and well done for getting back on the bike.
Cheers.
All right, back to the action on the track. This is heat number 2 of the afternoon for our solos. Chase Burrow down on the inside. Dakota Kringle's out there, the 86 of Finn Reed, and it looks like issues early on for the 28 of Hayden Brooklyn. He comes to the infield. Dakota Kringle doing well, though, as he leads this one, and then he's untied. He's going to head out to the air fence, and he's up and over. A nasty tumble for Dakota Kringle. The Reds will come out. He was absolutely scorching through turns 3 and 4. Please, folks, step back from the fence. Stay away from the fence. So we'll check in with Jason the pits while we get Dakota all sorted. He's catching up with Josh Wells. All yours, Jace.
All right, team, back down in the pits again. Obviously, we've got this man with us. This is Josh Wells. Josh, you had that one well and truly under wraps, and it was all looked like it was good to go, but something happened. What happened?
Yeah, she's a wild bit of kit, that's for sure, the old Godden, but the kill switch come out, unfortunately, so boys have fixed it, and yeah, we'll go out and see how we go on the next two.
So how come it came out? Was it rough track, or did you get too excited and pulled the hand out, or what's happened?
No, you never let go of the throttle, do you? But no, I think she's rough in a combination, just shaking around and moving. Who knows, these things happen.
Right, so this is your annual trip from over Australia to come and do this meeting. Not such a good start to it, but you want to enjoy it. Obviously, you won't make the same mistake twice, I'd imagine.
Oh, no, hey, look, it's been an awesome week. We've done every event at the Munro again, and the hill climbers are rush. And, you know, I told you last year I wouldn't be back, and talk's only cheap if you say you're going to race and don't, not the other way around, you know. But, yeah, it's just been a wild week, and, yeah, we'll finish up on a high.
Absolutely, mate. Well, hey, best of luck on the next one. Obviously, you're the bike with all the speed, so it's just a matter of keeping it all going in the right direction, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, eh? Everything's got to line up.
We'll carry on with our interviews, of course. Obviously a wee bit of an injury out there. We'll fill in some time. Here we go, mate. It's been, you're not actually on a bike, Jamie Harper, this year. What's happened?
We're not. Gary and I have given the bike up to Josh and Regan. They've come over from Aussie, and we can play with it any time. So they're doing really well out there. I was sort of thinking, wow, thank God there's not 2 of these bikes.
There might be might be redundant if they're going to carry on the way they are, right?
Yeah, I hope not.
Good stuff. And so you're obviously looking forward to get back on the bike again?
Oh, yeah, it's a different world, mate. When those tapes go up, the rest of the world doesn't exist.
Absolutely, mate. Well, hey, good to see you here floating around, and obviously giving your expertise a bit of help there.
Oh, these fellas are doing pretty well. Gary and I are just helping them out today, so just unfortunately that kill switch come out in them, because, yeah, they'll show what they're worth in the next couple of races. Like the other 2 boys here, they're going pretty good too, really, for old classic bikes. You know, there's a lot of years in these things.
Absolutely. Oh, well, it's he definitely had all the bike speed in the world. It's just a matter of keeping it all together, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a bit of bad luck. It wasn't like he was driving or Regan swinging or the bike went bang. It's just they must have had a rut and the kill switch come out, you know, so it happens.
You got a big day today. Obviously, you might not be able to make work tomorrow, so I know your boss is here, so let's start the process now, having a day off, shall we?
Yeah, that would be nice, Jace, but I don't think it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work.
It's worth a go, eh? All right, good on you, mate. Thank you very much for having a chat. All right, we'll carry on. We've still got some more. We're being told to carry on, and I did see around here somewhere, we did catch up with Harley. Harley's going to come and talk to me. Mate, first up, you got to love that, don't you, man? That was an awesome ride. Are you happy with that?
Absolutely stoked, eh? Can't thank Dylan enough. Kind of throwing him in the deep end, really. Asked him to jump behind me, and I'm going to jump on the bars and we'll give it a crack. And he's doing real well. He's awesome.
It must have been a good feeling, though, coming from actually back from another bike in front of you, round the outside way you went, mate. Just well controlled, well versed, I suppose. Is this what's going to be for you moving forward? You're going to be on the bars more than what you're going to be off swinging?
Yeah, it's heading that way, definitely. That was always the long-term plan, was to see if I can jump on the bars, and JD's kindly enough given me the opportunity to do that. He's just too busy with other commitments and stuff like that and can't commit just as much as I wanted. So, he come up with the idea of the bikes there, and have a go yourself.
Absolutely, mate. And of course, this swinger, I don't know who he is. Where's he come from? Where'd you find him?
Dion, he's one of my good mates, and he had a couple of goes out with another fella, and absolutely loved it, and wants to be here, and wants to learn, and wants to go fast just like me. So
you love it, don't you?
Absolutely.
Mummy's watching as well.
Yeah, I know. I've already had the messages.
Good as gold. We'll catch up with your swinger after, but we've got a bike race about to start, so well done, mate, and mate, continue, eh?
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, we've got obviously a bit more of an opportunity. We've got Dion here. Of course, we said we wouldn't catch up with you after this race, but obviously there's still a wee bit going on the track there. Dion, mate, what the hell made you want to get on this thing and start swinging off this mad bugger's bike?
Oh, I guess it was just more the adrenaline, and I have a few family members who used to do Speedway and quite enjoy it, and see it's a good opportunity and excitement, so I took that chance I could.
It's not, I mean, these things have no brakes whatsoever. They're 1,000cc, they're a high-performance bike. What in God's green earth would make you want to jump on this thing with no brakes and just slam it into a wall at 3, full speed into a turn 1 and 2? You've got to be absolutely nuts, man.
Oh, I'm still questioning myself. I still can't give myself an answer or anyone else, but all I know is that I'm really enjoying it and want to keep doing it.
Is there a lot to learn? Is it an easy process? I mean, obviously you haven't done a lot of sidecar swinging. Is there a good teacher? Are you learning a lot every race you go out?
I'm definitely learning every race from every different little people and just helping out, really. Definitely just listening to Harley and learning off him.
Mate, it must have been good feeling to be first up, first win. That's a good start to the day. Bit of pressure now to carry it on, eh?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just looking forward to more.
Good stuff. And what's the goal for this? You're going to carry on? You're going to go do national titles and all that sort of stuff, or is it just see how you go to start with?
See how I go to start with, but I'd like to take it further and carry on and do a bit of travelling around New Zealand. So yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Well, hey, well done, and best of luck for the rest of it. And if we come and talk to you again, obviously you're doing really, really well. So, hey, well done, Dion, and good on you for getting out there and having a crack.
Awesome. Cheers for that.
All right. So obviously that incident's happened on the track is about to make its way into the pits. Hopefully no serious injuries there. We'll have a bit of an update very shortly to see how that person is, but. Yeah, a wee bit of activity going on in the pits here with the sidecar stuff. We'll catch up with some of the solo guys a little bit later on just to see how their event's going. But, I think we've fixed the Godden, the 88 bike. That should be good to go for the next race. And by the form that they showed in that first race, all they had to do is keep it going. They pretty much got the win. But it just goes to show that you can have the best bike, the best setup, the fastest speed, but you still got to have that reliability. So it'll be interesting to see how they carry on. Look at this wee shot here. Look, Josh has got the wee one there. Isn't it? It's all about family here at Speedway. There's no two ways about that. And, we really enjoy the atmosphere of having, it's all about family. That's what Speedway's about. And, All right, we're just caught up with you. Tried to run away, but that backfired on you, didn't it? I've got this bloody radio now that's going nuts, so I might just turn that down, eh? I'd say Paul Humphrey. Now, first up for you, how'd you go?
Yeah, good. Yeah, a little bit of setup struggle, but it did what it should, and we got out front and just held it pinned, so pretty happy since we haven't been on the bike all season. So, happy.
Why now? Why this meeting? What made you want to come out, bring the 2NZ bike out and have a crack?
To defend the title. We won it last year, so it would be a great honour to back that up and good to just sort of have a run-up before the 50th anniversary in the 9th of March. So
you're not planning on doing other than Oreti Park stuff, no New Zealand title for you this year?
No, not going to go up to Palms, the North New Zealand title, just work commitments.
All right, well, hey, that's obviously going all right, and hopefully it continues to go all right. So, yeah, good luck out there, and hopefully you can go back to back, eh?
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Jace.
Righto, we'll hand it back up to Corbin when he's ready. We're just having a wee bit of an update here down in the pits, and we're just a bit concerned about the track out there for the solo riders, so we're just trying to find out what's going to happen and what's going on. Yeah, Corbin's just actually walking past. Corbin, the Mo Shuttleworth. Look at the state of it, mate. What do you reckon? That track's definitely a bit challenging out there tonight, isn't it, or today?
Yeah, it's challenging. Maybe another round of sidecast. We'll see how we go after that. There's sort of some talks in the pits. See what they're doing out there at the moment. Try and grade, level that top off a little bit and then see where we end up. Obviously, we've got to wait for another ambulance now. So fingers crossed young Dakota's okay. But we'll update you as soon as we can.
Well, this is the problem, at Speedway, it's affected us for the last 2 years. No matter where you go, wherever you've gone, weather has been a major factor. I can't think of a meeting that I've actually gone to over the last year and a half that we actually got 2 good days in a row. And I think people that are watching from home probably don't understand. There was rain here and it was persistent till 4 a.m. in the morning, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, it was flat out. And I think, you just have to look at, as I said earlier on over the mic, the track earlier this week was drenched. That small track, for the track team to bring that back to what it is now, absolutely incredible. So it's credit to Dwayne and Bainesy and those guys have done a fantastic job. But I suppose you sort of look at how the Burt Munro, we used to run this in November and had issues with weather, bring it forward to this time of the year and we have the same issues again. So it's hard, mate.
I think it's what cracks me up the most, or not cracks me up, what pisses me off the most is probably the fact that during the week, it's mint. And you get to Speedway Day, and it all turns to shit, I suppose is the best way to put it. But I suppose we're still, battling on. We'll try and get some sort of track for these solo riders and stuff. Fair call, but dangerous. They got it out there trying to get it as best as they can, huh?
Yeah, and some of these guys, like George Congreve and that sort of stuff, those boys have got work tomorrow in Christchurch, so they've got a decision to make whether they're going to continue running or not. But we'll let you know as soon as we do know more.
Bloody long way to come for a hot dog, though.
I'm keen for a hot dog. Where are they?
Yeah, roll on. And that's probably a good thing too. Make sure you get around the track and support the food vendors that are out there, and I certainly will. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll try and catch up with a few people. They've got a meeting going on over there at the moment, which we won't show at the moment. They're just having a bit of a chat about what they're going to do, I think, in relation to the solo racing. The track's got to be 100%, really. Let's go and have a wee look anyway. We'll just get my cameraman to follow me out. And ultimately, it's up to the riders whether they feel safe enough to do that. It's a shame, but it is what it is. We'll take you for a wee look, see what's happening with the track. It's the thing with bikes is that, not like cars, you can just get in the car and change some, get tyre pressures and away you go. But with bikes, you can see here, probably, I don't know what to make of this track. They skimmed the surface a wee bit before. You see they've got this little device in behind the tractor there. Doesn't look too bad. It might come up not too bad. It's reasonably hard underfoot, and we'll just have to see how it holds up. Everybody's obviously wants to carry on. There's our MyLaps man there. He's the reason the MyLaps stuff's up all the time. Hey? So it's a big family around here that sort of all pitches in and helps out at Oreti Park. You can see if you've never been here before, there's the tower. We'll get our cameraman to have a look. There's a stiffy, not that sort of stiffy, a stiffy. But that's the tower that they have, and MyLaps and commentators are all down the bottom. Up the top is the Speedway New Zealand officials, is how that all works. There's Tamika Kelman. How did your young fella go in Australia?
Yeah, he did well, eh?
Yeah, did he love it?
Yeah, had a ball.
Yeah, did he learn much? Did he come back with a lot of knowledge and a know-it-all?
His whole riding style is totally different. Yeah, he's loving it.
Is that the only time he's going to go over? You're going to take him over and do a bit more with him?
Well, we do have a little bit of news. Him and I are moving over in December.
Oh yeah, so you're going to be racing more over there permanently?
Yeah, sure are. Yeah, why not?
Well, have fun, eh?
Hey, it's a good place. I loved it.
Yeah. Well, you're young, you might as well get out there and do it, eh?
Hey, might as well.
And you as well.
And he's good. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So that's Tamika. Yeah, hey, absolutely. Oh, let's have a look down here. So this is the pits here at Oreti Park Speedway for those who've never been. So we'll put the cameraman. He's not the sharpest cameraman, but it's the only one I can get at short notice. So this is all the solo guys here, flat trackers and stuff. There's George Congreve. I haven't seen him for a while. How are you, buddy?
Jace, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Oh, and you've been overseas and done all sorts of different... Don't stick it up his nose, man. You've been up all over the seas and stuff. How did that sort of work out for you?
Yeah, it was cool, mate. Really good experience. Learned a lot and struggled a bit as well. But, no, it was pretty cool to see how they do it over there, and felt like I sort of learned a lot and progressed a fair amount as a rider. But, Yeah, it's a shame about today. See what they can do. They're trying their best. It's they haven't had the weather on their side, so we'll see what they can do. But obviously, it's the rider's safety that comes first.
Absolutely, and I suppose you'll have to go to work on Monday to pay for all this sort of stuff. So you'll be pretty keen to make sure the track does sort of stabilise a wee bit. What's it actually like? I mean, have you had a run yet?
No, I haven't been out. I went out for the parade and I was due to go out in the next heat, but there's just that much material on it due to the rain. I mean, it's fine for the sidecars and probably the flat trackers, but these solos, if you get off the gas, like Dakota just shown that, you come in too hard, you get off the gas, and they take off straight. So, we'll see what happens, but it's not looking good.
Well, obviously you've come a long way for a hot dog then, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, I got to get back for work, so we're driving home tonight. So I got work at 7:30 in the morning in Christchurch. So tough call.
It's going to be a tough day tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Regardless of whether you race or not, it's still going to be a tough day tomorrow.
It should be a long night.
Absolutely. So what else? What's your plans for this year? Obviously, you've had the title, and you're just going to do some more racing here and perhaps go overseas again?
Yeah, just focus on the meetings here for now. I'm not going back to the UK this season. A few rule changes have made it difficult to go back, and I've sort of sat back and thought about it. I've had a go, and I'm just going to focus on my racing here and do as many meetings as I can.
You said you got a 9 to 5, but what do you actually do for a living?
I install heat pumps, do refrigeration and air conditioning for Christchurch Electrical.
Oh, good stuff, and obviously rewarding job for you.
Oh, it's all right, mate. Pays the bills.
That's all it is, eh?
Yeah, good on you.
All right, hey, well, thanks very much for having a chat to us, George, and hopefully we get a chance to see you a little bit later on. So let's walk down the line here a wee bit. We've already spoken to Harley. Some of these flat tracker bikes look pretty cool. Let's probably go and have a look at a couple of these bikes, shall we? So this is a solo that we're focusing on at the moment. We probably need to grab somebody that knows a little bit more about them than I do. We'll just try and find someone that actually got half a clue on how these bikes work. There's obviously Liz Payne with his flat tracker bike. Pretty much, I don't know what you would make of that. Is it a motocross bike crossed with a motocross bike, I suppose? For those at home and having a look at this. They've become quite popular, this style of racing. They've popped up at Moore Park Speedway, now here at Oreti Park Speedway, and as you can see, they're getting plenty of bikes coming up, which is kind of cool. The 55 of Dakota, his bike, immaculately presented, looking pretty good. The Total Conveyor sponsored bike. Just nice pieces of kit, really. This is the man, look at this bike. Looking not too bad here, boy. This is the bike that's all been painted up by the person that made that other bike. What's the bike that they painted?
The Britain, yeah. My granddad painted it, and I asked him if he could paint my bike the Britain. He said, yeah, sure, why not? So ended up getting my bike painted like it.
Hayden Brooklands, who we're dealing with at the moment. So tell us, you've got a good understanding of how these bikes all work. So tell us the size. So this particular bike, what CC rating is it?
500cc, and it's Peter John's bike that we just got out of England, and yeah.
So it's what, brand new for you to be riding this one?
Yeah, I rode a wee bit like the start of the season, but blew a head gasket in New Zealand and just blew another head gasket now. So yeah, I have to hop back on my Jawa. So see how that goes.
Oh, it's such a shame you've only got 2 bikes. I bet you got more than 2 bikes, have you?
Yeah, I got one more at home, but always the way when you don't bring it, you need it. So that's why I've been last New Zealand. So yeah, lucky to have that amount of bikes and everyone helping me get to where I am. So yeah.
Of course, your dad's a big influence for you as well. He looks after all these bikes, makes them what they are. Does a lot of the mechanical stuff himself, I'd imagine, and just a very clever man. But so tell us, you got some good sponsors on your bike too. Who looks after you?
Yeah, I've got Monty's Bar and Grill, Alexandra, 454 Supply, Bike Trends, Newfield Autos, and Dad and Granddad, and yeah.
So what's it for you, Hayden? What are you looking to do in the class? You're looking to sort of carry on and, into the bigger, badder stuff a little bit later on, or you just, play around and see how it goes?
Yeah, I'm just kind of playing around, just having fun at the moment. I've got lots of time ahead of me. I'm only 19, so yeah, just see where I end up, and hopefully one day go overseas to Australia or something. Always start there because it's not far and they've got pretty good riders, so yeah.
And of course, your day job, you're an apprentice builder, hopefully qualified at the end of the year, is it? And yeah, so I suppose builders always charge too much money, so you'll be able to go anywhere you want, eh?
Yeah, hopefully, so.
Good stuff, mate. Hey, well, best of luck. Hopefully you guys get a bit of a run. You've had a run out there, have you?
Oh, only off the start, but blew a head gasket, so I didn't get a finish or anything, so.
What happens when you blow a head gasket? Does it lose a like grunt, or what does it do?
Well, I just lost all the power and smoke went everywhere, so yeah, just pulled in, so it didn't do any more damage or whatever, so.
Good stuff, Hayden. Well, best of luck for the rest of the meeting. Now, our apologies for this delay, folks. We're obviously just waiting for an ambulance to come through, and we've got to wait for another one, obviously with the injury earlier on. It's been one of those days. We've sort of had a lot of delays and bits and pieces, but we'll try and push our way through it. Here's the young ones. They're always the up-and-coming, I think that's what they call them. A couple of young ones. Look at this wee one. He's going to run away if I put a microphone in his face. I can see it a mile away. Better not scare him. Hey? No, he doesn't want to know. So we won't harass them. A couple of the old boys, coming over through there's a couple of guys here that have come to every Burt Munro since its inception, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there's a bit going on in the pits. Everybody's a bit relaxed, I suppose, just waiting for the bits and pieces to happen. There's someone we don't see every day. Sam Cunningham. Let's just stop and have a talk to her. I know it's... So, of course, Sam, you're now jumped into a six-shooter. How are you finding that?
Not very good. You've seen me drive it. I give it a good go, but haven't done very well at it as of yet.
Well, I suppose it's only your first kind of season in it, isn't it? So it's going to always take a bit of time to get used to it, and it's definitely out of your comfort zone. But like this interview at the moment.
Definitely.
So what's the plans with it? Just keep going at it, or you're going to try and find something else to drive?
No. I'm going to keep it going, and I'm going to get Dwayne to have a go in it just to see if it's the car or whether it's me. And just put my foot down a bit more.
I suppose there's a little bit more than, like a bike and stuff. There's so much setup changes and stuff you have to know, tyre pressures and all that sort of stuff. It's quite a bit different from the old bikes where you can just make a few tweaks, I suppose, change some sprockets or put a couple of links in the chain or whatever, but this is a bit more of a science, isn't it?
100%, and obviously we're used to changing things on one wheel. Now we've got to do it on four.
How's Alex coping with it? Is he your pit crew man?
He's the one that's doing all of it, so I have no idea what the setup is.
I suppose, and he's one of those guys that's really particular, and he'll make sure everything's about as best as he can get it.
Yeah, he's not very happy that I've got a six-shooter in the shed. It's not as pretty as his bikes.
Good stuff. We'll be loving it. Oh, well, best of luck, Sam.
Thank you, Dylan.
All right. Just seeing people as we're walking past and having a bit of a chitty chat, filling in some time. I think everybody's getting a little bit anxious to get out on the track. It seems to have improved a wee bit by the looks of things. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we'll chuck some music on for now anyway. I'll get my audio operator a chance to load up some sounds. And we'll be back very shortly, hopefully, with our next race. Back soon, folks.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale Tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people. Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered.
Sticking with us again, race fans, and apologies for the delays here this afternoon. As you'll be aware, a lot of these are, of course, out of our control. And fingers crossed young Dakota Kringle is okay. So it looks like out on track we'll see a rerun of the previous heat with the 86 of Finn Reid and just the 11 of Chase Burrow. Sounds like issues for 28 of Hayden Brookland. That's right, we didn't see Hayden in the original run of this year. Seems like a a while ago, but here we are, ready to go and back into the action here at the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway this afternoon. Once again, a huge thanks to superseller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate for her support of the event. Racing we go this time, and it's Finn Reid, the man who had an unfortunate run at the recent New Zealand title here at Oreti Park, who leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. Caleb Chappell, he slots into that second place. Down through turns number 3 and 4 we go. Track surface looking pretty damn good now, as Reid heads them down through the Sea Brown Builders, turn number 1, and down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight. He's got just about a straight length of a lead over Caleb Chappell from Christchurch on the 11 bike. Chase Burrow on the 11 bike. Reid ticks off yet another lap. Next time around they'll greet the white flag. Down through turns number 3 and 4. And there's 1 lap to go for Finn Reid as he cruises down past the line. Looks like he's just going to cruise his way back for this one here. He holds it still over Chase Burrow. Apologies, using the wrong name. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Down past the Rogers Yamaha team. And it's Finn Reid who bags the race win over Moore Park's Chase Burrow. So sounds like in the pits a few of these solo riders have decided not to return this afternoon and head back home just due to track conditions. They're not feeling overly safe. They have a big event on next weekend with the NZGP. So a bunch of those guys have decided to jump in the car and head back up the road. So we'll just see the 1 bike in this one here. And that is the 25 of Ryan Colvin.
Follow me over the hills in the evergreen. Trade my soul for a chance.
So stay on the bike and he'll grab maximum points to be a race win. Pete Stenning, which is actually Ryan's boss, gets him started and all set and underway for this here, which is race number 9 in your program, heat 3 for our solo A. So Ryan Colvin down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight he comes. And through turns number 3 and 4. Don't forget the official merchandise for the Oreti Park Speedway 50th anniversary this year, available from the MTF tent here on the main straight. You can pre-order that and also grab your official Oreti Park Speedway merch as well. Plenty of food vendors around the arena. So if you are feeling a little bit peckish, that's where you can go. But back to the track, it's Ryan Colvin ticking off another lap. A couple to go. Down through turns number 1 and 2 to that low line. Obviously a little bit of drive down there. Seems to be where these guys are all sticking. Ryan Colvin, one of those young solo riders that can pull some magic out of the hat at any point in time and put on a bit of a show for the race fans. And his mother Mel, the president of Oreti Park Speedway, is set to wave the checkered flag for him. And it's a race win, maximum points for Ryan Colvin. He'll be able to go home tonight and say he's had one more race win than his brother. Solo supports out on track for you next. Race number 10 on your program. It's heat number 1 for these guys. Aaron Callaghan should be out of gate number 1 on the 25 bike. Sean Powell out of gate number 2 on the 41 machine. Jimmy Hannon on the 46 bike. And the 48 of Pat Dysart. Get these guys all lined up, ready to go. I was just talking to the 46 of Jimmy Hannon before. I said, mate, what are your thoughts on the track? You ready to go out there? He said, I'm more than ready. One of the hard case characters of the club. So Pete Stenning gets them all lined up. Starters happy, racing we go this time. Aaron Callaghan from Christchurch leads them down to turn number 1 and 2 from the inside. But straight round the outside of him, one of our locals, Pat Dysart. He'll lead them down the extreme carts back straight. Aaron Callaghan trying to find a way right around the outside of him. Can he make it stick here on the main straight? Dysart has a bit of a look and thinks, oh no, he's closer than I thought he was. Dysart, Callaghan, Hannon, and Powell. That's your race order. So Callaghan doing well to hold off the 48 of Pat Dysart. Callaghan's come all the way down from Christchurch to be here today in the solo support grade. Down through turns number 3 and 4 to collect the white flag. So 1 lap to go for Aaron Callaghan of Moore Park Speedway. Oreti Park's Pat Dysart, he sits in second with Jimmy Hannon in third. And Sean Powell in fourth. Checkered flag flies though, race win for the man from Christchurch. The 25 of Aaron Callaghan over Pat Dysart. And a bit of a drag race in the tail end of this one here. It's Jimmy Hannon versus Sean Powell. Who's going to be the first to the flag? And it looks like, yay, Jimmy Hannon gets the job done. So it's Hannon over Sean Powell. And that's how they finish heat number 1 of the afternoon. Finally, for our solo supports. Next, classics. And unfortunately, I've been looking forward to seeing him all day, but he's not racing anymore. Mr. Joe Hughes, so he's no longer with us today. The 13C of Glen Sol will line up out of gate number 2 with the 18 of Kevin Ryan out of gate number 3. The 91 of Liz Payne out of gate number 4, a man doing double duties today on the flat tracker. And Paul Blaseby on the 4 bike will also line up out of gate number 5. So there we go. Good to see some good numbers in our classic solos today. Always seems to happen for Burt Munro. Man on screen at the moment, if you're watching from home, Glen Sol. He'll be a man to watch in this race here. A very, very impressive solo rider. Could potentially still be racing in the solo A grade if he desired. Just waiting on Liz Payne. Potentially Liz had the wrong bike in the pit chute, possibly. I don't know, you never know, eh? So, starters happy, and we are racing this time. Kevin Ryan from the middle. He leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. Glen Sol, he slides into that second place. So your race order is Ryan, Sol, Blaseby, and Liz Payne. Kevin Ryan gets the front wheel up, all excited down the Scarecrow gardening, back straight. Glen Sol makes a little bit of ground on him while that wheel's up in the air. Can Glen Sol have a dive late in this one here? White flag presented. Sol heads to the inside. Can he make it stick through turns number 1 and 2? Glen Sol. Not quite enough. Kevin Ryan goes down through turns 1 and 2. Sol sneaks on past, as do Paul Blaseby and Liz Payne. So to the infield comes Kevin Ryan. Unfortunate for him on the exit of turn number 4. An exciting finish, and it's a race win for the 13 of Glen Sol. Another heat on the way. for our classic solos, we should see 66, John the Bummer Tuffley out of gate number 1. Kane Dunlop will line up the 43 bike out of gate 2. The 71 of Derek McRae out of gate number 3. And unsure if we will see the 5 of Ryan Terry Daly. He may have been one of those riders that has decided to pick up and head back home possibly, unsure. We'll see if he pops out. And out pops John Tuffley, of course, the man who was made a life member here at Oreti Park not too long ago. So yeah, looks like no Ryan Terry Daly this time around. So John Tuffley, the first to arrive to the Tates. Derek McRae, just awaiting the visitor from Christchurch, Kane Dunlop. Now, can't say I've seen Kane here at Oreti Park before. So, from the inside, the man we were talking about just a moment ago, the 66 of John Tuffley, he leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. Kane Dunlop, the 43 bike, slides into second, with Derek McRae on the 71 back there in third. Look at the lead that John Tuffley has pulled already. It's half a straight length, if not a straight length. Dunlop in second, and McRae sits in third at the moment. On the exit of turn number 4, John Tuffley, the man who has no plans on giving up speedway racing anytime soon, has a straight length of a lead from Kane Dunlop and Derek McRae. They're pretty evenly spread out now. And on the exit of turn number 4 comes John Tuffley. That man there wins the race. It's heat number 2 of the afternoon for the Classic Solos. Over Kane Dunlop and Derek McRae.
A confession that you're my obsession. You're pulsing through me. The blood is rushing and I am trusting you'll come save me. My knees are feeling weak. Your body's close to me. I want you to come rescue.
Here we go, folks, skipping through to race number 37 in your program, which is Heat 3 for our Peewees, our 50cc's. We'll see the 61 of Tanner Fox, who had an untidy wee tumble last time around, running into a parent on the track, which was entertaining, I suppose. The 411A of Hadley Wilkins will line up from gate number 3, and the 66 of Max Cracknell will line up out of gate number 4. So Cracknell undefeated today, if I remember right. He'll be hoping to get another win under his belt. And then he's well on his way to winning the 2024 Burt Munro Challenge. Of course, today's event, all thanks to super seller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. Okay, Starter gets them lined up, seems happy, and racing we go this time. Cracknell from the outside, going to have to contend with the 411A of Hadley Wilkins. Can Cracknell try and squeeze down the inside of him? Through 3 and 4 they come this time. Cracknell's got a good run. He's in the loose stuff though. Side by side down the main straight. Wilkins tries to put a bit of pressure down on Cracknell, but Cracknell slides on through. So your race order, Max Cracknell over Wilkins to Tanner Fox. As they tick off another lap on your screen now, the 61, Tanner Fox. Sitting back in third. There's the white flags presented for Max Cracknell. The only man I know that walks around in the pits with all his full racing gear on, including helmet, at least 2 hours before racing starts. And on the exit of turn number 4, it's another race win for Max Cracknell, undefeated today. Takes a look over the shoulder to see where his mates are. And crossing the line now, that's Hadley Wilkins coming home in second, and Tanner Fox brings it home in third. Heat number 3 of the afternoon for our 70cc's. We should see this out on track in just a moment, and it should be the 11 of Ollie Shuttleworth out of gate number 1, the 10 of Harry Harper from gate number 2. Eva Chapman will line up the 13 bike out of gate number 3. And gate 4 will be vacant. Of course, no Kerry Sharp today. But put your hands together for this young fella, folks. Young Max Cracknell taking out 2024 Burt Munro Challenge, all thanks to Super Seller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. He is the winner for our 50cc's. Make some noise, get in behind him, race fans. And we'll see the battle unfold once again between Harry Harper and Eva Chapman. Ollie Shuttleworth found a little bit of pace last time around as well. Of course, these guys here, the real future of our sport. If you do know a young fella or a young girl that would be keen to come out and have a crack at Speedway, get in touch with us on the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway Facebook page. Underway this time though, and it's that 13 bike of Eva Chapman who leads them for lap number 1. Harper trying to reel her in, and Shuttleworth not too far off the pace either. So Shuttleworth's right there in amongst it this time. Eva Chapman's doing very, very well to hold on to things, looking super racy as Harper tries to have a look around the outside of her on the entry to turns 3 and 4. Just a little bit too far back this time though. Chapman may have just opened up the door for Harper to slide down the inside. No, not quite. Here he goes this time down the extreme carts back straight. Can Harper make it stick? Does he have enough to block out Eva Chapman? Chapman goes high and wide, possibly backing off ever so slightly, but she doesn't want to back off too much because Shuttleworth is just about within striking distance. Last lap, white flag through 3 and 4 for the final time, and it's the 10 of Harry Harper who grabs another race win. Here comes Shuttleworth though to the inside of Chapman. Shuttleworth, a late dive. So your race order, it finishes Harper, Shuttleworth and Chapman. Chapman from the front to third. She'll be filthy with herself. But there he is on your screen, folks, race winner Harry Harper, and he will be the winner of the 2024 Burt Munro Speedway Spectacular, all thanks to Super Seller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. Make some noise for Harry Harper, race fans.
and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
Next up, heat number 5 in the afternoon for our 125s. We'll see the 72 of Kobe Drake, the 17 of Major Kelman, the 8C of Cooper Lang, and the 63C of Arlen Voice. They'll all line up and go battle. These guys here have been super impressive to watch this afternoon. Credit to them. Especially young Major Kelman. Very, very fast. The starter will get them all lined up. Won't be too far away from a race start. Great to see once again a huge crowd sticking with us despite the disruptions today. Starters happy, racing we go this time from the middle, and Major Kelman leads him down to turns number 1 and 2. Looks like Lang's going to slot into that second place, Cooper Lang that is, with Drake in third, and Arlen Voice trying to find a way around the outside of him. Voice manages to make it stick, but Drake lives to fight another day. Major Kelman's making the most of this battle though and starting to pull away from the pack. Through 3 and 4 he comes, as Drake squeezes down the inside of Arlen Voice, this here for 3rd and 4th. Voice heads to the outside of him. Got a battle on our hands here, race fans. The white flag presented this time for Major Kelman. Takes a look over the shoulder, and all he's going to see is Cooper Lang back ever so slightly, but Lang will be starting to feel the pressure now from the 72 bike of Drake. On the exit of turn number 4, it's a race win for Major Kelman. From the 8 of Cooper Lang to the 72 of Kobe Drake, back to Arlen Voice on the 63 bike. Kelman will be pretty chuffed with that. Don't forget, folks, if you are videoing any of the action here this afternoon, we do ask that you do not publish that anywhere until 7 days' time. We greatly appreciate it. Another heat for our 125s coming out. Gate 1 will be vacant. Gate 2 will see the 95 of Maddox Harley, the 33 of Jackson Harley out of gate number 3, and potentially the 96. Yep, out he comes Ollie Cunningham, who's had issues so far today. Fingers crossed they are all stamped out, and he will be ready and rearing to go. Just the 3 of them this time around. Starters happy, racing we go this time, and once again issues for Cunningham. So the bike gets pushed to the infield, but now we see a bit of family rivalry going on here. It's Jackson Harley versus Maddox Harley is the word I'm looking for, and Jackson Harley's got it all under control at the moment. The 33 over the 95. This is one to talk about at the dinner table a little bit later on. Yeah, I got one up over you, didn't I? The 33 of Jackson Harley doing very, very well, and he's starting to pull a little bit of a lead over the 95 of Maddox Harley. Obviously issues for Cunningham. He sits on the infield in this one. White flag, this is our last lap. Through turns 1 and 2 we come. Look at the lead that Jackson Harley has pulled over Maddox Harley on the exit of turn number 4, and it's a race win. So there you go, Jackson Harley getting one up over Maddox Harley. You'll be pretty chuffed with that as well. Hammer and tongue for a long time there, and there's the start. Yeah, the issues for Ollie Cunningham. Just nothing off the line. Lights are on, but no one's home. Here we go, just awaiting Eli Bartley to get all lined up, set, ready to go. So the locals got some work to do against the visitors. Racing we go here. Issues for Bartley off the line. He's ever so slightly off the pace. Partridge is high and wide. Can Bartley sneak down the inside of him? No, he can't. Here's Drake, though. Straight round the outside of Lang for the race lead. Chase Lang shuts the door on him. So it's Lang from Drake to Partridge and Bartley. The team Bartley at Harcourt's Real Estate Bike sitting back there in fourth at the moment. The 16 of Chase Lang, though, from Christchurch is doing well to hold off his club mates because Drake is knocking on the back door and trying to find a way down the inside of him. Does he have a look around the outside? Issues for Bartley. With 1 lap to go, Oscar Drake has minimal opportunities to sneak down the inside of his club mate. Too little, too late. It's a race win for Chase Lang from Drake back to Bradley Partridge. And Eli Bartley will cruise it home and bring it home in fourth. Shaking the head. Not even sure if that bike is running.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I...
Another heat for our 200s coming out on track next. We'll see the 9 of Slade Fordyce out of gate number 2, the 66 of Caden Cracknell out of gate 3, and the 7 of Jack Chapman will line up out of gate number 4. Starter will get these guys all lined up. Ready, rearing, racing we go this time. Issues for Fordyce off the line, so it's Cracknell that's going to lead them on the Transit Homes and Haulages sponsored 66 bike. He's up over the 7 of Chapman at the moment. And the 9 of Slade Fordyce has some work to do after striking Issues on the start line. Cracknell ticks off another lap and starts to open the gap up over Chapman. You can see him on screen at the moment, the style of the man. He's got it absolutely down packed, looking very, very good as he collects the white flag. Caden Cracknell is up over that man. Jack Chapman on the 7 bike. Fordyce obviously heads to the outfield. Issues for him. The 66 of Caden Cracknell gets the race win, and the 7 of Jack Chapman comes home in second. So unsure what the issue was for Slade Fordyce. They'll push that bike back. Give me a second, let me catch my breath, find out what's coming out on track next. There's more action to come here from the Southern Bolton Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt.
Right, folks. Back to our solo A's. Looks like we've got the 3 NZ of Ben Wally, the 28 of Hayden Brooklyn, and the 11 of Chase Burrow. Down through turns number 1 and 2 they go. It's Hayden Brooklyn that leads it, the 28 bike. Over the man that managed to get one of those small numbers at the recent New Zealand title, Ben Wally, former New Zealand champion, the 3 NZ machine, and Chase Burrow back there on the 11 bike. As Hayden Brooklyn leads them down the extreme carts back straight once again. Ticking off yet another lap, and quite the lead he's got as well over that 32 bike from Christchurch, Ben Wally. Obviously him and Chase Burrow, 2 of the bikes that have decided to stay down here and stick along with the track surface. No complaints, white flag. This time Hayden Brooklyn, last lap. The 32 of Ben Wally Sits in that second, and the 11 of Chase Burrow way back there in third, a little bit off the pace. On the exit of turn number 4, it's a race win for Hayden Brookland over the 32 of Ben Worley. And the 11 of Chase Burrow, who cruises over the line. If I'm thinking right, the next race we'll see will be a battle of the brothers. Lucas Colvin versus Ryan Colvin. The 21 bike versus the 25. Race number 27 in your program if you're following along. Heat 6 for our solo ace. Also a huge hello and welcome to Jamie McIntyre, who is watching the live stream from Canada. There we go. If you are watching from somewhere cool, do flick us a message on the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway Facebook page. Show us your setup. We'll fire that through to the team from the pits media. We'd love to see it. Racing we go this time. Brother versus brother. Ryan versus Lucas. And Lucas leads them down to turn number 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Ryan, though. He'll be doing everything he can in his power to get round the inside or around the outside of his brother. Through turns number 3 and 4. Lucas Colvin doing well to hold on to this one at the moment. Ryan Colvin, though, on the Hell Pizza sponsor bike, has a bit of work to do. Their mother Mel, she'll be in charge of the flags for this one here. As Lucas Colvin ticks off yet another lap. Mother Mel, she's got the big job of presenting the white flag this time around. 1 lap to go, and Lucas Colvin has bragging rights over his brother Ryan. This one probably means more to these boys than the Burt Munro Challenge title overall does. Who wins it between the Colvins? On the exit of turn number 4 for the final time, and Lucas Colvin gets it done over his brother Ryan. Put your hands together, folks. A dedicated Speedway family. I've just heard a wee whisper as well. As far as the Burt Munro Challenge goes in the point situation, these two here are equal on the points, along with Ben Worley, who are all on 5 points. So sounds like solo support sitting in the pit chute, and out they roll. The 25 of Aaron Callaghan leads them out. We'll see the 41 of Sean Powell from gate number 1, the 48 of Pat Dysart from gate 2, the 25 of Aaron Callaghan out of gate 3, and the 46, Jimmy Hannon, out of gate number 4. Starters happy, tapes rise, racing we go this time. And it's Pat Dysart that leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. Jimmy Hannon, he slides into second, and Aaron Callaghan there in third. Can he find a way around the outside of Jimmy? Watch this space. Look at the pace, though, for Sean Powell. Found a little bit of drive on the exit of turn 2 there, and he heads to the inside of Callaghan for a moment, but happens to lose that position. Callaghan straight round the outside of Jimmy Hannon, who's on the 46 bike. And your race order looks a little bit like this. Pat Dysart, Aaron Callaghan, to Jimmy Hannon and Sean Powell knocking on his back door. Keep an eye on first and second, though. They're on your screen if you're watching at home at the moment. Pat Dysart, does he lose that position to Aaron Callaghan? Doing well to hold on to it at the moment. Callaghan's got a lot of pace on the exit of turn number 4. Just about side by side down the main straight here. Pat Dysart will be feeling the pressure. Here they come down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight. Callaghan, does he have a dive through turns 3 and 4? Probably just a little bit too far back that time around. Sean Powell, he's done well to jump into that third place there. Jimmy Hannon back there in 4th. 1 lap to go. Keep an eye on Callaghan, folks. Don't discount a last lap dive down the inside of that 48 of Pat Dysart. He's right up on his tail. The gap opens. Dysart opens it up down the back straight. through turns 3 and 4. For the final time, Challange heads to the outside of him. Does he have one more look? Let's take a look at it, and it's Pat Dysart that'll get it done. Dysart, Challange, Powell, and Jimmy Hannon. That's how they'll finish. Pat Dysart did very, very well to hold him off. Just working out where we're going from here. Lots of shoulder shrugging as if, don't know. Classic solos by the sounds of things coming out on track, and we will see the 4 of Paul Blaseby line up out of gate number 1. No Joe Hughes today. He should be out of gate number 2 though. The 5 of Ryan Terry Daly sounds like he's packed up and gone home, so we won't see him. We'll see the 43 of Kane Dunlop though out of gate number 4, and the 18 of Kevin Ryan out of gate number 5. But at the moment, it's just Paul Blaseby and Kane Dunlop. So still awaiting Kevin Ryan. We'll see if he pops out the pit chute. Okay. There could be a decision made here from Speedway New Zealand just to pull it. But no, there he is on your screen now if you're watching at home. Kevin Ryan. Pops on out. No goggles, no dramas. Doesn't seem too bothered, to be completely honest with you. No, it looks like they're going to chuck them on. Pete Stenning, how about this bloke? Always here to lend a helping hand. Racing we go this time, and that's Kevin Ryan from the outside who got the jump at the start. He leads them down to turns 1 and 2. Blaseby trying to shut the door on him, but he can't quite get it done. So here comes Kevin Ryan down the extreme carts back straight. Race order Ryan, Blaseby to Kane Dunlop on the 43 machine out of Moore Park Speedway in Christchurch. Blaseby, he's up high and wide. Kevin Ryan, though, has it all under control at the moment. They'll come round on the exit of turn number 3 and 4, and the white flag will be presented this time around. Kevin Ryan has one more lap to go. He's dragging the leg along down the Scarecrow gardening back straight. And on the exit of turn number 4, the checkered flag flies. It's a race win for Kevin Ryan over Kane Dunlop. Back to Paul Blaseby. And that's how they finish. So there we go. Another heat of our classic solos with one more to come. See Derek McRae lining up out of gate number 1. 66, John Tuffley out of gate number 3. Glenn Sol out of gate number 4. And the 91 of Les Payne out of gate number 5. So we gap here from gate number 2. Looking forward to seeing this battle unfold between John Tuffley and Glenn Sol, but unfortunately don't see Glenn Sol this time around. It was here just a moment ago. Racing we go this time, and it's John Tuffley who leads the pack down to turn number 1 and 2, already with a bit of a lead over the rest of them, and it looks to be the 91 of Les Payne who's trying to make some ground and sneak up the inside of Derek McRae, though not quite far enough up there. So it's John Tuffley from McRae to Les Payne. The man on your screen, if you're watching at home, that's John Tuffley, a man who possibly could still be riding in the solo A grade. He was recently made a life member here at Oreti Park Speedway and has no plans on giving up racing anytime soon. Keep an eye on this battle, folks, unfolding for second and third. That's between Derek McRae and Les Payne. Can Payne get far enough up the inside to make a move and make it stick? John Tuffley with over a straight length of a lead. And this is the last lap on the exit of turn number 4. John Tuffley will cross the line and take the race win. Over Derek McRae and the 91 of Les Payne. Don't forget, folks, feeling a little bit peckish, plenty of food vendors in and around the arena. The old donut dude there on the back straight, Flipside Donuts here on the main straight. Heard a wee rumour about the Flipside Donuts actually at the Waitangi Day Esk Street Festival. They did over 80,000 donuts. Must be good. They must be real good.
Cause I'll bring you to the light, and it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away.
Classic sidecars coming out on track. We'll see the 89 of Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney. The 82 of Jason Clark and Bruce Waddick from gate number 2. Josh Wells and Regan Fleck will line up from gate 3. And here they go, Jason Kennedy, Chris Chatfield out of gate number 4. So just waiting on the 88, Josh Wells, Regan Fleck. All right, so first to arrive to the tapes, the 82, Clark and Waddick. The 89 of Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney making his big return to Oreti Park Speedway today. His better half absolutely stoked about it. And then back a wee bit further, looks like issues for the 6 bike of so fingers crossed, nothing too major for this 6 machine of Jason Kennedy, Chris Chatfield, and they can get this back going. Looks like issues also for the 88 of Josh Wells and Regan Fleck. So these bikes dropping like flies. And Chris Chatfield, obviously a busy man today. Also here to try and go back-to-back in the main sidecars with the Burt Munro Challenge. Were the winners of that last year. So it looks like the 88 bike of Josh Wells and Regan Fleck are a no-go for this one here. They'll spend this race from the infield. So who do we even have left? We've got the 89 of Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney. Dylan Carney wouldn't miss the race. He's so excited to be back on his big return. The 82 of Clark and Waddick looks like they're still going to be in this one here. And issues for the 6 of Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield. Starters happy, racing we go this time, just the 2 bikes in this one, and leading it down to turns 1 and 2, it's Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney. They've got Clark and Waddick right on their back door. And it's been a while since we've seen Jason Clark on a bike here as well. Down through 3 and 4 we come for the first time to tick off the first lap. In this one, it's like a meeting of the unemployed in the infield, with a handful of sidecar riders sitting down there. It's either an AA meeting or a, I don't know what we call it. Anyhow, back to the track. Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney with it all under control at the moment over that 82 machine of Jason Clark. And Waddock. Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney down the extreme carts back straight for the final time under white flag, last lap. Checkered flag flies, a race win for Tree and Carney over Clark and Waddock. So unfortunate there for Josh Wells, Regan Fleck and Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield. From gate 1 we should see the 9 of Jamie McDonald. This is the Supercella Shelley group. The 91 of Liz Payne will be in behind him with Andy Walker in behind him as well. Gate 2, Alistair Hugenbosom on the 43 bike from gate 2. Paul Blaseby in behind him with Wayne Drake there as well on the 72 bike. Blake Gillard from gate number 3. Connor McCluskey Young from gate number 3 also, and Andrew Rudd in behind them. Daniel Jordan will light up the 13 bike out of gate 4 with Damien Cope, who was super quick in their first race, in behind him, and Mitch Rowe there as well. Out of gate 5, the front will be vacant with Alex Frock on the 31 bike there, and Sarah Chapman in behind them as well on the 137 bikes. There we have it, the Supercella Shelley group of our flat trackers. And of course, this is easily the biggest field we've seen of these guys here at Oreti Park Speedway. Just a fresh grade for us this season. And racing we go this time. It's the 5 bike of Blake Gillard that looks to leave him down to turn number 1 and 2. He's getting a bit of pressure right around the outside of him, and it looks to be that man who was quick last time around, Damien Cope. We'll take a look this time as they cross the line and check out what our race order is. The bikes start to spread ever so slightly, and it looks a little bit like this. Damien Cope's your race leader with Andrew Rudd in second, Connor McCluskey Young sitting in third with Wayne Drake in fourth at the moment, and Andy Walker back there in fifth. Battle's starting to unfold, but some of the bikes starting to really spread amongst the surface here at the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. That 560 machine of Damien Cope absolutely flying. He holds the fastest lap of the race at 18.255, so looking super quick. Down the extreme carts back straight he comes. And on the exit of the Rogers Yamaha turn number 4. He goes faster again that time at 18.190. Race order: Cope, Rudd, Drake, McCluskey Young to Andy Walker and Danny Jordan. Changes ever so slightly. Frock up over Jordan now. We'll take a look at the distances this time around. So Damien Cope has 6.6 seconds over Andrew Rudd sitting in second. The flat track is really starting to soak it up here at the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. They're loving it. Blake Gillard, he's dropped way back into 10th after an absolute scorcher of a start. He led them down to 1 and 2. Checkered flag flies though, it's a race win for Damien Cope. Fastest lap of the race for him as well, it's an 18.19. And we'll take a look at some official results. Yeah, Damien Cope gets the win over Andrew Rudd from Wayne Drake to Connor McCluskey Young, Andy Walker. Daniel Jordan coming home in 6th, Alex Frock in 7th, Mitch Rowe in 8th, Blake Gillard in 9th, and Sarah Chapman in 10th. The 43 bike, that is Alistair Hugenbosom. He comes home in 11th, and 12th, that looks to be Jamie McDonald. Paul Blaseby in 13th, and the 91 of Liz Payne rounds them out. in 14th. There you go, that's how they finish, and that fastest lap of the race still was that 18.19 for Damien Cope. Oh, let me catch my breath. Another round of our flat trackers coming out on track next. Starters happy, racing we go this time for our flat trackers, and it's Jacob Scammell who leads him down to turn number 1 and 2. He gets all crossed up though and all tangled up with what looks to be Jason Davis on the 85 bike. Keep an eye though on Cormac Buchanan, the man who had success in our first race this afternoon and also next door at Teretonga this morning, winning the New Zealand Superbike Championship. He sits in second at the moment, but he's putting some pressure on Davis on the 85 bike. Keep an eye on Cormac Buchanan. Watch him head down the inside of him. Here we go through turn number 2. Can Buchanan make it stick? He's got the speed wobbles. Who's sitting in third at the moment? Looks to be Mark Galbraith. He's within striking distance as well. So here comes Cormac Buchanan. We'll take a look at some lap times this time around. And it's Buchanan that's the fastest, a 19.541. He is looking absolutely flying here in this one. Can he put some more pressure on Jason Davis though? Race order: Davis, Buchanan, Galbraith, Wilkins and Robbie Stokes back there in 5th. He opened the door ever so slightly to Davis. Cormac Buchanan might be able to take advantage of that little outside move and sneak down the inside of him. We have a true battle on our hands here, folks, and Cormac Buchanan still trying to squeeze down the inside of him. Davis shuts the door one more time. One error from these guys and Galbraith is going to slide down the inside of them both. Galbraith looks around the outside of Cormac Buchanan. Can he make it stick? Cormac Buchanan right down on the low line. Davis, he's faster this time around though. A 19.495 for Jason Davis, the man that's leading it. Where's our local man, Jacob Scammell? He's dropped way back to 12th. Out the front though, the battle still unfolding with one more lap to go. Can Davis hold on from Cormac Buchanan? Buchanan heads to the inside. It's a huge dive through turn 1 and 2. Can he make it stick? You bet he can. Down the Scarecrow gardening back straight. Cormac Buchanan doing very, very well. Can he make the stick on the exit of turn 4? You bet he can. Cormac Buchanan gets the race win. Not of the head, you beauty. And the fastest lap of the race, a 19.314. So Buchanan was absolutely flying in the late stages of that one there. And here's how they finished. The 88 of Cormac Buchanan wins heat number 2 for the Neville Hayes group of our flat trackers. It's Buchanan from Davis to Galbraith. Scott Wilkins in 4th. Robbie Stokes in 5th. Paul Blaseby in 6th. 7th, Aaron Madden. James Hugenbosom in 8th on the 195 bike. Vince Creech in 9th. And then 10th was Matt Keane. In 11th, Nick Smith on the 30 bike. Jacob Scammell, our local man, on the 10 comes home in 12th. And Johnny Brassel on the 471 bike home in 14th. And once again, that fastest lap of the race, a 19.314 for Cormac Buchanan. He was absolutely flying. But I'll tell you what, these flat trackers, they're hard work. There's so many of them. Not easy for the commentator. I'll catch my breath. Be back with you in just a moment with more action from the Southern Bolts and Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway.
The St Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. It's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
Here we go, another round of our sidecars. It's race number 33 in your program. Gary Stalker, William Little, they're from gate number 1. The 2NZ, Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield from gate 2. The 47, Hartley Biddle and Dion McDonald from gate number 3. And Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookow out of gate number 4. Starters happy, racing we go this time. The 2NZ, Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield, the boys trying to go back-to-back in the Burt Munro Challenge today. They lead them down the extreme carts back straight for the first time. The 47 of Hartley Biddle and Dion McDonald, they're in second at the moment, with what looks to be Gary Stalker, William Little in third, and Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookow back there in fourth. Fastest lap of the race, a 19.575 for Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. But look at the lead these guys have pulled. The Sign Solution sponsored 2NZ machine looking very, very racy here. Side by side down the main straight is the 23 of McDonald and Cookow and Gary Stalker, Willie Little. Through turns number 3 and 4 once again to collect the white flag is the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. They're the fastest on track, a 17.103, and they have a 3-second lead over Hartley Biddle and Dion McDonald. Something flying off the back of the 23 bike. Sorry, grabbed my attention there, whatever that is. It's a race win though for the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. So how they finished, sorry, distracted there. Paul Humphrey, Chris Chatfield, Hartley Biddle, Dion McDonald in second, Gary Stalker, Willie Little in third, and Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookow in fourth. But it sounds like we're going to head down to the pits quickly and catch up with the man who's had success here today and also over next door at Tiratonga. Jason's catching up with Cormac Buchanan.
Okay, folks, so we are down in the pits and we've got a chance to catch up with Cormac Buchanan now. Mate, I don't know who's more starstruck. You've been a fantastic... I've been watching your progress, mate, and I remember when you were a snot-nosed little kid, filming you here at Oreti Park Speedway and stuff like that. Now you're a taller, snot-nosed little kid, and you're doing some pretty good things on the international stage, mate. Congratulations on what you've achieved over the last couple of years, mate. You must be pretty stoked with your progress, hey?
Yeah, no, definitely. Of course, it's always nice to come back to Oreti, you know, where it all started for me pretty much. Yeah, it's been a pretty fast, 5 years since 2019, and yeah, it's just so good to be back. You know, the upwards trajectory since I've started out here at Speedway. Obviously now racing the World Championship in Europe and road racing, so yeah, it's good.
It's amazing, mate. It's like us. We always know where we came from too, and we always try to cover events like this. Obviously we could be up and doing super stocks, and but we love this type of stuff. And it must be good to be able to have one of those more relaxing weekends as opposed to all the pressures on.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice coming out here for Burt Munro. The main focus is to have fun, and it's great to see all the other little kids, that are rising through the ranks. That was me not so long ago, and yeah, it's good just to be back at home with the home crowd and everyone. Yeah.
Are you having to write any autographs or anything at the moment?
Well, I wouldn't say so. I mean, a lot of photos and stuff, but yeah, it's just so good to be back with the home crowd. These people, they were here when I started, and I was just, a little wee kid, 5-year-old racing, peewees and stuff like that, and now a 17-year-old kid racing on the world stage. It's good to, pay back to the community and race here.
What's the pressure like? What's the actual pressure like for you, mate? Have we got a race going? We'll just break away for this race. I want to come back to it, though. Over to you, Corbin.
We'll head back and catch up with Cormac Buchanan in just a moment. It's untidy for the 23 early on in this one here. of Ben Morris and Graham Partridge. We'll see if we go red. Can they get the bike to the infield fast enough? Looks like they can, but it's the 16 of Jason Harper and James Dawson that lead it over the other 16 of Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal. They're sitting in second at the moment, and we've also got back there in third Dallas Cowan and Brett Nicholson. The 16 of Jason Harper and James Dawson, they hold the fastest lap of the race. It's a 17.257 for the 16 bike from here at Oreti Park. It's a relatively new bike for this combination. They've been struggling to come to terms with it off the line, but boy did it get off the line that time around, and they've managed to make it work and hold on to the lead. The 16 of Jason Harper and James Dawson, they've got one more lap to go, and they currently lead it over the other 16, which is Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal. This is where things get confusing. Third place, still Dallas Cowan and Brett Nicholson. And that fastest lap of the race is 17.257 for Jason Harper, James Dawson. And they take the race win over Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal. Dallas Cowan, Brett Nicholson cruise at home in third. And of course the DNF for Ben Morris and Graham Partridge. We're going to head back down to the pits very quickly and catch up for the rest of that interview with Cormac Buchanan.
But I just, Mum was saying, it's amazing. I remember interviewing you when you were a young fella. You wouldn't say bloody boo to us. Now you're obviously all that professional racing, that media training, that type of stuff. It's you know, it's sort of kind of help you to be able to express how you feel and how you ride and all that sort of stuff now.
Exactly right. You know, it's I'd say I've definitely improved since I was last year with you guys. But yeah, that stuff's super important. It's good that my mum's a journalist. You know, she teaches me all the ins and out of this sort of stuff. And I remember, you know, when I was a little kid at prize giving, not wanting to say anything, just saying thanks to mum and dad. But yeah.
You can't do that anymore, can you?
No, exactly right. I've got a lot of people to thank, and yeah, I'm very grateful for all of them.
What's the pressure like? I mean, you're obviously on an international stage now. You have to perform. It's not like I can come to Oreti and have a bad race. I need to perform. What's the pressure like?
Yeah. You know, it's sort of like the pressure I put on myself. Of course, I want to go out and win, and I want to have a bit of fun. But yeah, of course, I want to win. I'm a racer.
Okay, Corbin, we'll go over to you, mate. But we're going to come back to this interview.
Racing again here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway, and leading this one here, it's race number 35 in your program, Heat 6 for our sidecars. It's Scott Ado and Ramon Nikudabelak. They've got pressure being applied though from the 73 of Taylor Green and the pastry boy Calaminus. They're in second at the moment. Back there in third, that's Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell on the 22 bike all the way from Auckland. Scott Ado, Ramon Nikudabelak though have found some form down the Scarecrow Garden and back straight through 3 and 4 they fire at, and the pressure is starting to come on big time from that 73 bike of Taylor Green and Calaminus. Ado and Nikudabelak doing very, very well to hold on to it. They've struck an issue. Back to third they go to Taylor Green and the pastry boy Calaminus. They slot into that first place with Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell into second, and Scott Ado and Ramon Nikudabelak back into third now. Fastest lap of the race is 17.844 for Taylor Green and Calaminus. Side by side they are though with the 22 of Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell. Couple of corners to go. What can Bagshaw and Hartnell do through 3 and 4? There's contact between them sideways and into the infield to the 22. Still though, race win for the 73 Taylor Green Calaminus over the 19 of Scott Ado, Ramon Nikudabelak. And we'll see what the officials have to say about Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell, but it'll be a DNF for those guys. Contact between them. And the fastest lap of the race was the 17.844 to Taylor Green and Calaminus. And we'll head back to the pits and have take number 3 of our interview with Cormac Buchanan.
Hey mate, thanks very much for persevering with us. I mean, I know it's been a bit of an extended interview, but I think I think there's a lot of fans out there. I know that you have a lot of support from Invercargill especially and stuff. There's a lot of people. Shelley Clark is one of your biggest fans. I always see her blowing smoke up your butt, mate. So you must be pretty proud to have all that support, are you?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's almost like when I'm in Europe, I'm at home because, you know, I have such a, crazy support crew of all the people here in Invercargill, especially in a place, Burt country down here. So to finally be able to race Burt Munro and at the Speedway, I've been planning for this for years. So, yeah, it's good to be back with all the fans and all my supporters.
It's just incredible what you've achieved, though, mate. I mean, you should be bloody proud, because we are, and it's always good to be able to see a good, successful story, and we're all sitting there with bated breath to see what you're going to do next. What is next for Corbin, for yourself?
Yeah, so definitely it's an exciting year coming up, racing in the Junior GP World Championship. The goal is to get a full-time contract for 2025 in the World Championship, and that's when we start, trying to become the first Kiwi World Champion. So, yeah.
Have you got good support overseas, like all these sponsors and guys that are bike owners? I suppose you don't really own a bike over there. Everything's supplied for you. Do you have some good backing and people that want you to succeed?
Yeah, of course, the team I'm racing with, AGR team, they have all of their personal sponsors, but, the team manager and Scary and, all those people, they're really helping me. They believe in me, they want to see me succeed, and, I think to have people like that in your corner is crucial. You can't do it by yourself, and, to have those people behind me, it just really motivates me to get to that next level.
Flat trackers. Where the hell did you get one of them from?
Well, yeah, I mean, we do it for training in Spain. It's good for like throttle control, and it kind of, I guess you could say, translates to the road bikes. But I've always wanted to race the Speedway and, the Tiratonga for Burt. We've missed out on, the last few years because, this is the first year that flat trackers are. But, I just have to say a massive thank you to Dave Coles and especially, Yamaha New Zealand because, letting me ride Sam Smith's bike, it's a great honour, and it's great to get the number 88 out there. And, it's just so much fun out there. Even doing a little bit of wall riding in the last race, so I'll try to keep away from those walls next time.
My replay operators are all excited about that wall ride, so that'll make my TikTok, that one, so that's good. But tell me, you've had some pretty good success while you've been here last night or yesterday. You're at Tiratonga and you managed to win that as well. Tell us a bit about that. What was the deal there?
Yeah, so this weekend we're racing at the E. Hayes and Sons Tiratonga Sprint. So I was racing in the 600 Supersport Championship, and we managed to wrap up the title a whole round early. So it's no pressure now. Just can take the last round at Hampton Downs in March and just be relaxed. And but no, it was a great weekend. The weather wasn't really on our side yesterday, but thankfully we got 2 dry races in today, and of course the weather held off the Speedway. So I'm thrilled to have wrapped up the title early, and it's great to come out and have some fun in the dirt.
$10 says you don't relax at Hampton Downs, though. I mean, you'll be one of those guys that's dialed in no matter what, because you'll always be striving to push harder, to be better, to make sure that the next race you're out is always, because no one remembers your last race. They always remember your next race, don't they?
Exactly right. I'm a racer. I want to win. There's a lap record up for grabs, and there's also, a memorial race for Damon Rees, the late Damon Rees, who was a, really talented New Zealand racer who also won the 600 Supersport Championship. So it will be great to, honour him with such a great race like that. And of course, it's just going to go out there and have some fun, and we'll see if we can put it on the top step.
So are you making money out of it yet?
Well, not really. I mean, it's still a long list of debt to pay mum and dad back yet, but slowly but surely.
Your parents have been amazing for you. They've been probably your biggest advocates, and we all take great pride, I suppose, in knowing these guys that have put you through. They've put themselves on the line, made sure you've succeeded in what you wanted to do. I suppose there's other people that have helped you out. This is an opportunity for you, whilst you've got a good crowd out here, to thank those people. Who are they?
Yeah, so of course, mum and dad, my grandmother, she's, put a lot into this. Of course, my whole team in Spain, Steve Lloyd, Josh Coppins, he picked me up when I was, back in 2020 when I was just starting out. He's, I guess you could say, risen me through the ranks in the road racing scene in New Zealand. Also my amazing girlfriend, Jessica, as well. I got to thank her. I guess my whole family, everyone that tunes in and watches me, and even if it's just a comment on the Facebook page, it just means so much to have the whole of Invercargill behind me, and I guess you could say all of New Zealand. So bring on 2024 and it will be a great year for sure.
Tell us where would you go to view your Facebook. You got a website. Tell us all about your socials.
Yeah, so on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok as well, everything. I'm just at Cormac Racing. You can catch all updates, and also the links to my races in Europe will be on there. So yeah, make sure you go, hit a follow and tune in.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid.
Race number 43 in your program, Heat 7 for our solo A's. Ryan Colvin, Chase Burrow, and the 3NZ of Ben Woolley from Christchurch. And it's Ben Woolley that leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. You wouldn't read about it. We had to get the water truck out before. Chase Burrow goes down through turns 1 and 2. He's up on his feet though. He'll get that bike back to the infield if he can't get it going again. Yeah, it looks like to the infield we go. So back to the front of the pack, and it's Ben Woolley, the 32, or the 3NZ, I suppose, who leads it from Ryan Colvin on that 25 bike. Obviously just a wee bit greasy there for
they were pretty quick.
Caleb Chappell. Chase Burrow did it again as he pulls to the infield. Ben Woolley, former New Zealand champion, has this one all under control. Ryan Colvin back just that wee bit further. In second at the moment. Don't forget, folks, still plenty of action here this afternoon. Do not go anywhere. Finals still to come. Last lap, and on the exit of turn number 4, it's a race win for the 32 of Ben Woolley over Ryan Colvin on the 25. Next, race number 44 in your program, heat number 8 for our solo A's. Of course, these guys also today competing for the Burt Munro Challenge. We'll see the 2 bikes in this one here, the 28 of Hayden Brookland and the 21 of Lucas Colvin. It's on track next.
I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given, but honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living.
Starter's happy, got them all lined up, ready to go racing. This time we go, and it's Lucas Colvin who got the start. Down to turns number 1 and 2. Hayden Brooklyn heads to the inside line though, and he looks like he's made it stick. So it's Brooklyn from Colvin, and down the Scarecrow gardening back straight they come. Through it turns 3 and 4. Hayden Brooklyn, a man who's had lots of success, but come up short just a few times in the solo grade. He'll be a man to watch in the future also. He's come up through the junior ranks here at Oreti Park Speedway and now goes battle with some of the best of the best. Look at the lead he has pulled over Lucas Colvin on the 21 bike, the man who got one up over his brother before. So Hayden Brooklyn down through 1 and 2. They'll collect the white flag next time around. Through turns 3 and 4. Lucas Colvin drops way back off the pace this time around, so not as quick as he was when his brother was out on track. See, I told you, the most important race of the day for those boys. Hayden Brooklyn, though, the man on your screen at the moment, if you're watching from home, has half a lap to go, and he'll bag some handy points in the Burt Munro Challenge. Race win for Hayden Brooklyn over the 21 of Lucas Colvin. And there you go, another round of our solo A's done and dusted. Solo supports should be out on track next. And now I'm being told classic sidecars. We'll just wait and see. We'll see what rolls out on the track and see where we end up. Alright, looks like classic sidecars coming out. Some of the graphics today from the team at the Pits Media are absolutely outstanding. Those of you at the track, if you want to know what it is, it says, Corbin, who's your daddy, Shuttleworth? Alright. Classic sidecars. If this is race number 54 in our program, heat 3 for these guys, we'll see Jason Clark, Brad Wannock out of gate number 1. The 6 of Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield, which they don't have a bike at the moment, but Chris Chatfield's here. Oh, there's the bike. They will be out of gate number 2. Erwin Tree, Dylan Carney out of gate 3. And no Josh Wells, Regan Fleck in this one here. The gates are shut, so no, we won't see them. So, starter's happy, gets them all lined up. Racing we go this time, and it's Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney who got an absolutely excellent start. Jason Clark, Brad Waddock, though, shut the door on them. Keep an eye on Erwin Tree, Dylan Carney. They're going to head to the outside. Can they make a move? No, they can't. They might just lose another place here as well to that 6 machine of Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield, who are all crossed up through turns 3 and 4. Clark and Waddock starting to pull a little bit of a lead. Keep an eye, though, on the 6 machine at the back. Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield, the first chance they've had today to sort of open that bike up and actually have a bit of a run. Can they reel down the guys in front of them? That is the 89 of Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney. White flag, last lap. Look at the lead that Jason Clark and Brad Waddock have pulled, though. Just about half a straight length, if not more. Issues for the 6 of Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield. Possibly the issue is Chris Chatfield just can't get up on the back of that one. Last lap, last corner, and it's a race win for the 82 of Jason Clark and Brad Waddock over the 89 of Erwin Tree and Dylan Carney. Back to Jason Kennedy and Chris Chatfield. Chris Chatfield is absolutely stoked. It's almost like he's won himself a New Zealand title. The way he's waving his arms around and doing all sorts of bits and pieces.
Give me something. Give me something.
Starter getting them all lined up. He's happy, ready to go. And Pat Dysart it is that leads him down to turn number 1 and 2. Aaron Callaghan, the man that put on a bit of a show earlier on and tried to reel him down in the dying stages, is going to have a move early on in this one. Straight to the outside he goes. It's Callaghan versus Dysart down the back straight. Can Callaghan make it stick? You bet he can. So it's Callaghan, Dysart, Powell and Hannon. That's your race order. Down through turns number 1 and 2 we come. And Callaghan is doing well to hold on to it this time. Pat Dysart will try and apply just a little bit of pressure through turns number 3 and 4. Up high and wide is Aaron Callaghan. I thought he was going to end up having a wee kiss with the air fence there for a second. Hit that bit of a lip on the track and it was sending him out wide, that's for sure. Aaron Callaghan still manages to hold on with the lead, though, over Pat Dysart to Powell and Hannon. To collect the white flag on the exit of turn number 4, it's Aaron Callaghan. A little bit more cautious that time around. Here comes Pat Dysart, though. Can he reel him in on the last lap? Watch the space. We'll wait and see. Jimmy Hannon crosses the line. He's back there in 4th at the moment. Through 3 and 4 we come for the final time. And the checkered flag flies. Race win for Aaron Callaghan over Pat Dysart to Sean Powell on the 41 bike from Christchurch. And in comes Jimmy Hannon on the 46 machine. Should see some classic solos out on track next. I'll take a look and let you know.
Have you heard the new song from More Plastic? Well, here goes.
Number 47 in your program. It's heat number 5 for Athletic Solos. The 13 of Glen Sol will line up out of gate number 1. The 4 of Paul Blaseby will be out of gate number 2. The 43 of Kane Dunlop will be out of gate number 3. And out of gate number 5 will be the 71 of Derek McRae. He's ready and rearing to go. Racing this time. And it's Glen Sol that leads them down to turns number 1 and 2. Right around the outside of him though, look at that. How's that for a move from Kane Dunlop, it looks to be, from Christchurch on the 43 bike. And man, I haven't seen race before here at Oreti Park Speedway. Dunlop, Sol, McRae and Blaseby. That's your race order. As Kane Dunlop has found a bit of form here in the late stages of the meeting here at Oreti Park Speedway. Down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight, and look at the lead he's pulled. Glen Sol, I'm surprised, is not right there behind him. He sits in second at the moment. White flag, last lap this time around. So your race order again is Dunlop, Sol, McRae, Blaseby. They've got half a lap to go. Well, Kane Dunlop does anyway. He's a mile ahead of the field. The man on screen at the moment, if you're watching from home, on the exit of turn number 4, from start to finish, he converts it to a race win. Kane Dunlop gets the job done from Glen Sol. Back to Derek McRae and Paul Blaseby rounding them out in 4th. Onto the track. Another round of our classic solos. Looks like Les Payne, Kevin Ryan, and the 66 of John Tuffley. So Tuffley straight to the front, leads it from Kevin Ryan. Kevin Ryan will have to try and fight back down the extreme carts. Back straight we come this time. As Les Payne, he drops back into that 3rd place. Keep an eye on Kevin Ryan, they don't discount the man to make a move on John Tuffley at some point in time. He's ever so slightly too far back at the moment. John Tuffley, he's got it all under control. Down the extreme carts, back straight he comes, leading the field, gets the front wheel up ever so slightly. Through 3 and 4. White flag will be presented this time around. This is the last lap, folks. Kevin Ryan, he's right up high and wide in that loose stuff on the exit of turn number 4. Loses a little bit of ground on John Tuffley. All John Tuffley has just opened it up ever so slightly even more. He's got just about a straight length of a lead on the rest of the field. Through turns number 3 and 4 they come this time, and it's going to be John Tuffley who will take the win over Kevin Ryan. Back to the 91 of Les Payne. There you go, classic solos. Heat number 6 for them. Race number 48 in your program. Right, Flat Trick is out on track for us here at Oreti Park. Racing we go this time in the 560. The man that was very, very quick. Damien Cope, he's been fast all day. He goes straight to the front, and he's right around the outside of the field. Down goes, it looks to be, can't quite see from here, but it might be the 5 of Blake Gillard possibly. We'll watch the space as they come around this time around. Who's not there? So it's the 560 of Damien Cope over Andrew Rudd, back to Blake Gillard, who is still out on track. Could be Sarah Chapman that had a wee tumble there. Over out of the exit of turn number 2 possibly. Anyhow, Damien Cope looking very, very racy. Starts to pull a bit of a lead already over Andrew Rudd and Blake Gillard. Gillard's made the move over Rudd now. He slots into that second place. Fastest lap of the race, it's an 18.905 for Damien Cope. He is absolutely scorching. He's got quite the lead over Blake Gillard, who's in behind him. We'll take a look at the standings this time around as they cross the line. It's Cope from Gillard to Rudd to the 19 of Andy Walker. Back to Alistair Hugenbosom, Connor Midlusky-Young and Alex Frock. Wayne Drake has dropped back a couple of places this time around. Here comes Damien Cope though. Is starting to catch up on a few of the back runners. He still holds the fastest lap. It's an 18.496 and he has a 3-second lead over the rest of the field, including the man in second, which is Blake Gillard. We'll take a look at the gap this time around again. Now it's 4.9 seconds, so nearly 5 seconds. Damien Cope absolutely flying, and so good to see such a big field of flat trackers here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. He's up on the high line. It's a race win for Damien Cope. Put your hands together, race fans. Putting on a show for you here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway this afternoon. And we'll take a look at the official standings as they pop up from that one there. Damien Cope got the race win from Blake Gillard over Andrew Rudd to Andy Walker in 4th, Connor Midlusky-Young in 5th. We've got Alistair Hugenbosom in 6th, Alex Frock in 7th, Wayne Drake in 8th, Daniel Jordan in 9th, Paul Blaseby in 10th. In 11th, Jamie McDonald, Liz Payne on the 91 bike in 12th, and Sarah Chapman on the 137, obviously back there in 13th. Fastest lap of the race was that 18.436 from Damien Cope. So there you go. Flat track is again out on track next. It's the Neville Hayes Group here at Oreti Park. Bikes rolling out onto the track. Cormac Buchanan, you can see him there, he's up the front this time around, so we'll see how he goes from there. Bike number 30, Nick Smith. You can see the dreadlocks rolling out of the back of the helmet there by the looks of things. Issues for the 411. That's Scott Wilkins, he's got the hand up, fingers crossed he's solved whatever that is. Everyone seems to look relatively happy this time around. Don't see Jacob Scammell out on track. Oh no, there he is down the back. So here we go and racing this time, and straight away from the start, it's Cormac Buchanan who found success today at Tirotonga Park and became the New Zealand Superbike champion. He leads them down the extreme carts, back straight for the first time. Looks like Aaron Madden is slotted into that second place. We'll take a look at some standings this time around. Buchanan hits the high line. And it's Mark Galbraith who sits in second at the moment. Davis, he's in third. He was quick last time around. Keep an eye on Davis. He'll try and reel down the boys up the front. Where's our local man, Jacob Scammell? He's way back in about 13th place. So fingers crossed he can weave through a bit of this traffic as well. But it's Cormac Buchanan with a 19.612. He is the fastest bike on track at the moment. Buchanan, Galbraith, Davis, Madden, Stokes. That's your top 5. Wilkins and James Hugenbosom, he's back there in 7th as well. But Buchanan is looking very, very racy out the front of this field. He's got just about a second of a lead over Galbraith. Through 3 and 4 he leads them this time. Keep an eye on the battle unfolding for 4th, 5th and 6th. That's between Madden, Stokes and Wilkins. Down the extreme carts back straight, our race leader, he's on your screen now, Cormac Buchanan, fastest lap of the race, a 19.501, that was last time around. He collects the white flag, he's got one more lap to go. It's sort of the homecoming for Cormac, his return to the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway, where he cut his teeth as a young fella. Down the extreme carts back straight he comes one more time. Takes a look over the shoulder to see where Mark Galbraith is, and he's not too far away, but it's a race win. The wheel pops up. Cormac Buchanan from Mark Galbraith to Jason Davis. That's your top 3. Been a busy day for Cormac Buchanan. Obviously over at Tirotonga today, as we spoke about before. But here's your race standings though. Buchanan gets the win from Galbraith to Davis. Scott Wilkins in 4th. Robbie Stokes, he's in 5th. Aaron Madden on the 22 bike in 6th. Jacob Scammell, your local man, he's in 7th. James Hugenbosom is in 8th. Matt Keane come home in 9th. And Nick Schmidt in 10th. Fastest lap of the race was that 19.501 for Cormac Buchanan. Vince Creech, he was home in 11th. And Johnny Brassel, he was on the 471 bike and brought it home in 12th. There you go, another round of our flat trackers done and dusted. Should be sidecars on track for you next. Sidecars heat number 7 for these guys. Race 51 in your program. Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal, they're out there. Dallas Carwin, Brett Nicholson are there. Taylor Green and the pastry boy Callum Innes, as well as Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. And those are the boys that are going to lead them down through turns number 1 and 2. Paul Humphrey, Chris Chatfield straight round the outside of a lot of them, and they managed to make it stick as well. Keep an eye on Taylor Green though and Callum Innes. Can they try and make some moves on the rest of the field and catch up to that 2NZ machine? They sit in 3rd at the moment, trying to find a way around the inside of the 16 of Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal. As the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield start to pull away with things. We'll take a look at some lap times this time around. It's a 17.039 for Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield, and they've got 1.3 of a second over Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal. That's how far away this lead is already. Paul Humphrey, Chris Chatfield, they'd dearly love to go back to back in the Burt Munro Challenge for the sidecars. It's all thanks to Superseller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. White flag last lap, issues for Humphrey and Chatfield. That's heartbreak here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. They throw their hands up. The reds might just come on. We'll wait and see what the officials decide with this one. Last lap on the exit of turn 4, and it's the 16 of Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal, who are home in 1st. Taylor Green, Callum Innes in 2nd, Dallas Carman, Brett Nicholson 3rd, and Paul Humphrey, Chris Chatfield, they are home in 4th. Absolutely heartbreaking for the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. They hit the fastest lap of the race. And you can see the damage if you're watching this from home. That rear tyre absolutely folded underneath the bike.
This is paradise. Yo!
Alright, bike starting to roll out on track. This is race number 52 in your program, Heat 8 for our sidecars. Gary Stalker, William Little will be out of gate number 2 with Jason Harper, James Dawson, who have been very, very quick today out of gate number 3. Scott Ado, Ramon Nikudabellik, they were quick last time, then struck issues there from gate number 4. Racing we go this time. Ramon Nikudabellik, a relatively new competitor for us here at Oreti Park Speedway. Just a young fella, good to see him in and amongst it. In the 16 of Jason Harper, James Dawson carry on their good form on the Total Conveyor sponsored bike, and they lead them as they tick off lap number 1. If you're interested in having a bit of a go at sidecar racing, I was talking to Jason Harper earlier on, has a bike there for anyone that's interested in just giving it a go. So you can message us on the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway Facebook page. The more the merrier. Let's get amongst today. They lead the race though. Jason Harper, James Dawson over the 19 of Scott Ado and Ramon Nikudabellik. Back there is Gary Stalker, William Little. They're in third at the moment. Jason Harper, James Dawson though down the extreme carts, back straight they come, and they're starting to pull a little bit of a lead. They've got the fastest lap of the race, which is a 17.908 so far. Last lap, white flag presented this time around. Down through turns number 1 and 2. They're up high and wide. On your screen at the moment, if you're watching at home, these guys here have been super quick all day long. And it's pretty much a brand new bike for these guys as well. Checkered flag flies, race win, maximum points for them. They're looking good for the A final a little bit later on. The 19, Scott Ado, Ramon Nikudabellik, they're in there too. And the 67 of Gary Stalker, William Little, they come home in third. Next though, another heat for our sidecars coming out. Ben Morris, Graham Partridge will be out of gate number 1. Kevin McDonald, Nigel Cookow out of gate number 2. Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald from gate 3. And Glenn Bagshaw, Claire Hartnell will be out of gate number 4. That's out on track for you next here at Oreti Park Speedway. Is this gonna be too much for us to bear? I don't need to tell you that it's over. You can probably see it in the way I stare. Is this gonna be too much for us to bear? Starters happy, racing we go this time. And it's the 47 of Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald leading them down to turns number 1 and 2. They're all side by side. You can just about throw a blanket over the lot of them. But taking the race lead, it looks to be Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell. So they've got it over that 47 bike for now. The 23 of Ben Morris, Graham Partridge right there in amongst the action. They're going to slot into that second place. A little bit of contact between them and that 47 machine. They push them up high and wide. They manage to make the move stick. No, they don't. Harley Biddle, Dion McDonald fight back. The 23 of Kevin McDonald and Nigel Cookow, they're back there in fourth at the moment. Oh, but it was untidy there for a moment between the 47 and the 23. They're going to battle on the late stages of this one here. Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell have the lead in this one, and they've got the fastest lap of the race, a 17.891 as the white flag's presented. Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald, they're there in second, their fastest lap. Well, sorry, their lap time last time at 18.412, so off the pace compared to that bike out the front, who are absolutely flying. And on the exit of turn number 4, it's a race win for the 22 of Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell over the 47 of Harley Biddle, Dion McDonald, Ben Morris, Graham Partridge, who are all over the back of that 47 bike for the majority of that race. They're in third with Kevin McDonald and Nigel Cookow back there in fourth. Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell had the fastest lap of the race, a 17.891. So there you go. Some of the sidecar racing is going to make for an entertaining final a little bit later on. looks like Cooper Lang, Arlen Voice, and Kobe Drake on the 72 bike. And it's Cooper Lang with it all under control at the moment. The winner of this will book themselves a spot in the A final a little bit later on. Arlen Voice trying to fight back, heads down the inside of Lang this time. So Arlen Voice doing very, very well. And found some traction down on that low line, slid down the inside of Lang. Drake now trying to make a move here as well. The white flag we presented this time around. Here comes Lang for a look down the inside of Voice. One more lap to go. This is the B final for our 125s. Arlen Voice, they get all crossed up, all untidy. Arlen Voice heads to the inside. Oh, Drake's going to slide down there as well, and it's Arlen Voice that'll go through to the A final for our 125s a little bit later on. Drake home in second. And Lang in third. We'll see what Speedway New Zealand have to say about that one.
You gotta get it right. You gotta want it with all your might. Girlfriend, you gotta learn to fight. I know you're gonna be alright. You wanna make your way in this crazy world. Step up, girl. You got.
There was a little bit of contact between Cooper Lang and Arlen Voice down the back straight there. This looks like the B final for our 200s. We'll see Slade Fordyce, Eli Bartley, the 69 of Bradley Partridge, and the 72 of Oscar Drake. Starter getting them all lined up. The winner of this books themselves a spot in the A final a little bit later on, and racing we go this time from the middle. Slade Fordyce, whose carburetor fell off in the last race, so I heard that was the issue for him. But the race leader is the 72 from Christchurch, Oscar Drake. His clubmate Bradley Partridge, he sits in second at the moment. Slade Fordyce third, and the Team Bartley at Harcourt's Real Estate sponsored 5 bike of Eli Bartley back there in fourth. Oscar Drake, all he needs to do is finish this race. Issues for Fordyce, he's up high and wide. Eli Bartley going to slide down the inside of him. Can Bartley make it stick for third place at the moment? White flag presented for the 72 of Oscar Drake, the Driftin 25 sponsored bike. Through turns number 3 and 4, and he is off to the A final. Is Oscar Drake. His hopes still alive to win the Burt Munro here this afternoon. Bradley Partridge in second, Slade Fordyce third, and the 5 of Eli Bartley home in fourth. Issues though. For Slade Fordyce, he got up high and wide, and it was unfortunate. He lost a bit of ground. Eli Bartley went to the inside. Fordyce fought back though. So it looks like we're going to head back to the big track for the B final of our solo A's. Once again, folks, thanks for sticking with us. Great to see such a huge crowd here today. Unfortunately, we have lost a few of them. But you guys, you're the loyal ones that stick around with us. And those of you on the live stream who, of course, have persevered all day long. The B final for our solo A's, it's Hayden Brooklyn versus Chase Burrow from Christchurch. The winner heads through to the A final, which is the penultimate race of the afternoon, a little bit later on. Well, the evening now, isn't it? What are we, 7:15? Hayden Brooklyn it is. He leads them down through turns number 3 and 4 for the first time, and he's opened up quite the lead already. Takes a bit of a look over his shoulder to see where Chase Barrow is, but if Hayden Brooklyn just cruises this one back to the line, doesn't back off too much, he'll hold on to this. Better to be safe than sorry, eh? Aren't we right there? Hayden Brooklyn on the 28 bike. Down the extreme carts, back straight he comes. You can tell he's backed off the pace ever so slightly. He's got Chase Burrow back there in second at the moment. The man from Christchurch come down to support the event, contracted to Moore Park Speedway. They'll collect the white flag next time around. As Hayden Brooklyn throws it in deep. Through turns number 3 and 4, gets the bike down nice and low. He's got one more lap to go, final lap. Chase Burrow back there in second. His day might just be done and dusted, but it's not over till the fat lady sings. Through 3 and 4 we come. And Hayden Brooklyn will head through to the A final of the Supercella Shelley Burt Munro Challenge very, very shortly. So his hopes are still well alive. He'll join Ben Woolley, Lucas Colvin, Ryan Colvin in that final. Next, we should see race number 58 in your program. It's heat 4 for our solo supports. Jimmy Hannon will line up out of gate number 1. Aaron Callaghan from gate number 2. The 48 of Pat Dysart from gate number 3. And the 41 of Sean Powell will line up out of gate number 4. And then coming up, the B final for our flat trackers. Looking forward to that. They've been very, very entertaining today. Hopefully you've enjoyed that action. Don't forget, if you want to jump on a flat tracker, you can message us on the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway Facebook page. Tell us you're keen to be involved. We'd love to have you. Racing here, though, in heat number 4 of our solo support, and it's Aaron Callaghan from the middle who's going to lead them down to turns 1 and 2. Pat Dysart heads right round the outside of him. But Callaghan shuts the door. The visitor from Christchurch leads it. Pat Dysart finds some pace down the back straight and manages to catch up to be right on his back wheel, but not quite enough. So it's Aaron Callaghan still with the lead here over Pat Dysart to Sean Powell, back to our mate Jimmy Hannon at the back. Aaron Callaghan just cruising down through turns number 3 and 4. Pat Dysart will be doing everything he can in his power to reel the man down. And try and make some magic in what is the final heat of the afternoon for our solo supports. White flag presented this time for Aaron Callaghan. All he's got is one more lap to go, and I'd say that will seal the Burt Munro Challenge for him today. And on the exit of turn number 4, it's Aaron Callaghan for the race win from the 48 of Pat Dysart to Sean Powell from Christchurch on the 41 bike. And we're awaiting the local man, Jimmy Hannon, who crosses the line home in 4th. Two bikes here for the B final of our classic solos. It's Les Payne versus Derek McRae, and it's Derek McRae that heads to the front, but they're pretty much side by side through turns number 1. As I say that, though, McRae opens up the lead, doesn't he? So it's Derek McRae over the 91 of Les Payne. And the winner of this will head through the A final alongside John Tuffley, Kane Dunlop, and Kevin Ryan, I'm thinking. Glenn Soul, sorry. So no Kevin Ryan for the remainder of the meeting today. But back to the action on track, and it's still the 71 of Derek McRae who leads it over the 91 of Les Payne. So one more lap to go and he'll be through to the A final to join those riders we were just talking about a moment ago. And we'll start out of gate number 2. Gate number 1. So Derek McRae, there he is, will be out of gate number 1 in the Classic Solo final a little bit later on. And there goes Les Payne to cross the line. Next up on track, our B final for the flat trackers. We'll get them out here and see if they can put on a hell of a show like they have already today at the Southern Bolts and Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. All right, B final for our flat trackers out on track. Just the 10 of them, and racing we go this time. So who's going to lead them down to turn number 1 and 2? It looks to be the 11 of Connor McLusky Young, who pulls a bit of a lead as well. And we'll check out some standings at this time as they do cross the line. So it's the 4-1-2 machine, which is actually the 11 of Connor McLusky Young. Aaron Madden, he's in second. James Hugenbosom is in third. And Daniel Jordan in fourth with Alex Frock in fifth. Bit of a battle unfolding though. Some of those positions starting to change. We'll take a look at some lap times this time around. Connor McLusky Young, he's the fastest man on the track. A 24.80 is his lap time. That time around, no one else sort of anywhere near it, and he's got just about a 2-second lead over the rest of the field. So down the extreme carts, back straight he comes this time. McLusky Young leads it from James Hugenbosom on the 195 bike. The 13 from Auckland, Daniel Jordan, come a long way to be here with us today. This is, of course, the B final for our flat trackers. And the top 3 in this race will head through. In the A final a little bit later on will be a reverse grid, so the top 3 of this will head through to that race. At the moment it's McLusky Young, Hugenbosom, James Hugenbosom that is, and Daniel Jordan that are doing well to potentially book that spot. And they'll start right up the pointy end. White flag last lap, a 20.287 is the fastest lap of the race for Connor McLusky Young on the 11 bike. He's on your screen at the moment, folks. Down through turns 3 and 4 he comes for the final time, and he'll greet the checkered flag. So heading through to the A final for our flat trackers, Connor McLusky Young, James Hugenbosom and Daniel Jordan. And McLusky Young had that fastest lap of the race, a 22.25. And we'll take a look at the official standings through the whole field. It was McLusky Young from James Hugenbosom, Daniel Jordan in third, Vince Creech in fourth, Alex Frock fifth, Aaron Madden sixth, Mitch Rowan seventh, Nick Smith, he was in eighth, Jamie McDonald in ninth, and Matt Keane there in 10th. So there you go. That's how our flat trackers wrap up for their B final. Next, the B final for our sidecars to make the A final a little bit later on. One bike from this will head on through. Once again, a huge thanks to Superseller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate for supporting today's event. Bit of a loyal sponsor for us here. The greens are on, racing we go this time from the middle. Scott Ado and Ramon Nicotabella got an absolute scorcher of a start. So too did that 2NZ machine of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. Slotting into second is Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell. Here comes the 47 of Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald. Straight round the outside of the 19 of Ado and Ramon Nikudabellik. They go. They can't make it stick though. Ado and Nikudabellik head down the inside of them, and Biddle and McDonald are stuck up on the high line. The 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield though pull away with the race lead. They're not worried about the action happening a little bit further back. They just want to book that spot in the A final a little bit later on. Chris Chatfield, he was keen for a beer before on the sidelines, but he's still got some racing action to do, and he might have some more battles to do in the A final a little bit later on. The 2NZ, Paul Humphrey, Chris Chatfield lead it from the 22 of Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell to the 19 of Scott Ado and Ramon Nikudabellik. The 47 of Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald can't quite squeeze around the outside of them. And they've got one more lap to work their way into that third position. They've been pretty quick all day long. Down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight we come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Here are your race winners heading through to the A final of the Burt Munro Challenge. A little bit later on, Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield. They had the fastest lap of the race, a 17.423. They get it done from Glenn Bagshaw and Claire Hartnell to Scott Ado, Ramon Nikudabellik, back to Harley Biddle and Dion McDonald. There you have it, B final for the sidecars, done and dusted. We're heading back to the small track in just a moment for the final of our Junior Solo 125s, out on track next here at the Southern Bolton Fastners, Oreti Park Speedway.
You and only you.
Bikes rolling out on track for the final of the Burt Munro Challenge, the Super Shelley Speedway, part of the Burt Munro for 2024, and this is the final for our 125s. Don't go anywhere, race fans. Viewers are starting to leave the arena. Stick around. You won't want to miss the action still to come. From the middle, the 17 of Major Kalman got an absolute scorcher of a start. Jackson Harley, though, shuts the door on him on the 33 bike. Maddox Harley trying to squeeze down the inside of him now as well. Arlen Voice, who come from the B final, is back there in fourth. Jackson Harley, the visitor from Christchurch, starts to pull away with a bit of a lead as well. Can Major Kalman get on his tail far enough just to slide down the inside of him? We'll have to wait and see as things do progress here. We want the local man to get the job done. Issues for Maddox Harley, who was all crossed up on the exit of turn number 2, and Arlen Voice slides to the inside of him. One lap to go though, down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight, and it's untidy for Maddox Harley again. Goes sideways, goes down, and it's going to be a race win and win for the Burt Munro Challenge for the 33 of Jackson Harley. Put your hands together for the young fella, folks. Or give him the flag, eh? Make him do a bit of a lap. He's come all the way from Christchurch, put on an impressive show, and is rewarded as the winner of the 125s for the 2024 Super Shelley Burt Munro Speedway. Put your hands together for him, race fans. The final for our 200s. These guys would all dearly love to get their hands on the Burt Munro Challenge Trophy. The 66 of Caden Cracknell. He's out on track. The 7 of Jack Chapman's there as well. Oscar Drake, who's come from the B final. And the 16 of Chase Lang. The CRL Auto Services sponsored bike. And racing we go this time from the inside. Caden Cracknell got an absolute scorcher. He leads him down to turns 1 and 2. He's going to have some pressure though on the back door in just a moment from a couple of these bikes from Moore Park in Christchurch. How does Cracknell react under pressure? Watch the space. Let's see what magic he can create. Can the local man come away with the Burt Munro? We'll wait and see. On the exit of turn number 4, they tick off yet another lap. Chase Lang trying to reel him down, as is Oscar Drake. Jack Chapman, he's back there in 4th at the moment. White flag this time, 1 more lap to go for Caden Cracknell, the man who does double duties, races a youth saloon as well at Riverside Speedway. On the exit of turns number 3 and 4, he comes in. The Burt Munro Challenge goes to Caden Cracknell. The Transit Homes and Haulage sponsored bike gets it done from the 16 of Chase Lang to the 72 of Oscar Drake. And the 7 of Jack Chapman. So it's double Burt Munro titles in the Cracknell family today. Max, of course, winning the 50s. And this man here, Caden Cracknell, put your hands together for him, folks. Make some noise. The winner of the 2024 Burt Munro Challenge for around 200cc's. All thanks to superseller Shelley at Professionals Real Estate. We have it, folks, the final of our solo A's for the Burt Munro Challenge for 2024. The brothers Ryan Colvin and Lucas Colvin line up alongside each other in gates 1 and 2. The 28, the man from the B final, Hayden Brooklyn, and the 3NZ of Ben Woolley. We're ready to go racing, and Hayden Brooklyn got an absolute scorcher, so he leads him down through turns number 1 and 2. Ben Woolley's going to try and get round the outside of him on the exit of turn 2. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. Hayden Brooklyn's got too much pace down the extreme carts, back straight, and through turns number 3 and 4 he comes as well. Don't discount Ryan Colvin. He's picked up a bit of pace, sits in 3rd at the moment. He could be there for a move a little bit later on. We'll watch and see what happens. Hayden Brooklyn, though, on the 28 bike, has it all under control for now. It's Brooklyn from Woolley to the 25 of Ryan Colvin, back to his brother Lucas on the 21 bike, back there that wee bit further. Couple of laps to go for the 28 of Hayden Brooklyn as Ben Woolley finds some pace through turns 1 and 2, closes the gap ever so slightly. Hayden Brooklyn on the exit of turn 4 comes and greets the white flag. Ben Woolley, can he do anything in the dying stages of this one? Can he have a last minute dive somewhere on the surface here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway? Down the extreme carts, back straight we come for the final time through turns number 3 and 4. And on the exit, your local man Hayden Brooklyn wins the 2024 Burt Munro Challenge, but only just over Ben Woolley. And he is absolutely stoked, folks. Put your hands together for him. With a flat tyre too. Manages to finish the race, and you can see if you're watching at home that tyre looking very, very second hand. There's not a lot of air hanging around in that one there. So victory lap for Hayden. I think we should make him run it. He's young, he's fit enough, ready to go.
Excuse, but I don't want you around. I think you've overused them and wasted all I am. I stayed this time. I follow the thoughts that are my mind. I'm leaving you, and now I know you'll miss me when I'm gone. You'll miss me when
Racing we go, the final of the Classic Solos for the Burt Munro Challenge. Who leads them down to turns 1 and 2? I thought it was going to be John Tuffley there. He's going to lead them on the exit of turn number 2, though. You bet he is. It's John Tuffley over what looks to be Glenn Soul at the moment. Soul, he's sitting in second quite comfortably. Dunlop looks like he's in third, and the man who won the B final, Derek McRae, back there in fourth at the moment. So John Tuffley, we spoke about him a little bit earlier on. He's a man that could potentially still be racing solo A's if he wanted. He was recently made a life member of Oreti Park Speedway and said he has no plans on giving up the sport anytime soon. As long as the body allows, he'll be here. White flag, last lap for John Tuffley. Glenn Soul's not too far back. Down the extreme carts, back straight they come one more time. Dunlop, he's in third, with Derek McRae back there in fourth on the exit of turn number 4. Burt Munro Challenge goes to John the Bummer Tuffley. Put your hands together for him, folks. Him and Glenn Soul, they shake hands on the way past. And we'll give John Tuffley the checkered flag. Let him have his lap, and we'll be back with you in just a moment with the final for our flat trackers. 8 laps of reverse grid madness. It's here next at Oreti Park. Right, here we have it, the final for our flat trackers for this afternoon, or this evening. What are we, quarter to 8? What a day, what a long day we've had. This race is, of course, reverse grid. So the 3 bikes we saw, the top 3 from the B final, will start up the front. And Cormac Buchanan and Damien Cope that have had absolutely sensational days. They are way down the back with work to do, and we are racing here at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. Keep an eye on those guys down the back. Keep an eye on that man who is just about in the front already. That looks to be Damien Cope that's sitting there in second. Down through turns number 3 and 4 they come, and he's up on the high line. Cormac Buchanan, he sits about mid-pack at the moment. How's that for a race start? Damien Cope already to the front. He started right at the rear of the field. Buchanan, where's he sitting? He's in about 5th at the moment. So Damien Cope, he held the fastest lap of the race the past few races as well. We'll see what lap time he puts down this time around. There's bikes everywhere at the Southern Bolton Fastners Oreti Park Speedway. We love the flat trackers. How cool is that? It's an 18.367 for Damien Cope, and your race order is Cope, Davis, Hugenbosom and Cormac Buchanan. Back to McGlusky Young. Reds come out, it's untidy for the 91 of Robbie Stokes. I completely missed that.
Okay, down in the pits, we would catch up with this man that just done an awesome job of winning that race. John Tuffley, mate, fantastic, man. You must be stoked with that.
Oh, very happy to win a Burt Munro. It's to me, it's like a national title, this meeting. Yeah, so I'm very happy.
Is it time to retire, or you got to come back and defend it now?
No, I'll be back for a few years yet.
I've seen you racing for so many years. How many years have you been racing?
41 now, over 41 years.
Oh, so you just sort of broke it in.
Just warming up.
Good stuff. And that was a fantastic win as well. Did what you needed to do to get the job done, hey?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised in the first corner. I got shut out there and I had to do a bit of evasive action to get through, and yeah, hung on to it for the end. Yeah.
Now, of course, the track was a bit dodgy to start with. What's it like out there in all these finals and stuff? Is it sort of come right, or is it a bit careful? Still going to be very careful out there?
Oh, it's still patchy. It's got points where you hit a bit of grip and then it goes hard and slick and you go sideways, and so it is still patchy. Yeah.
41 years of experience might help you on that, eh?
Yeah, you get used to rough tracks now and then. I've ridden a lot of goat tracks in the day.
I bet you have. All right, John, thank you very much for having a chat, and congratulations, mate, on winning your is it your first, Burt?
No, it's about my 4th classic one, I think, 4th or 5th, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, congratulations, mate. You're well deserved.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
All right, just a quick update from down in the pits. Another winner here, Caden Cracknell, mate. Fantastic. You'll be right with that.
Yeah, it's real good to be back on the bike after I crashed in Christchurch.
The Cracknell family's had a good run. The young fella won his one, and you won your one. So it's good to put the old trophies on the shelf today.
Yeah, now we just have to try and get Dad to win.
I don't think he's going to win on a motorbike, that's for sure. But tell me, is that your first Burt Munro win?
No, I won it twice on the 125s.
Oh, sweet. So that's in you're in a 200 now, eh?
Yeah.
Right, so anybody want to think where you got the chance to, bud?
Kirkus Contracting, Transit Homes and Haulage, 1A Aviation, Forward Fire Protection, Southern Ocean Safety, and Paddo Sutherland Plumbing.
You've done a fantastic job, mate. Congratulations and best of luck. And of course, you race the other side, the dark side, as well, don't you?
Yeah, over at the Riverside, race the cars.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you race?
I race the Easterland.
Yeah, go all right in that?
Last time I raced it, I hit the wall in Cromwell.
That's not ideal, is it? You want to drop kick the old man out of the 6-shooter and have a crack at that?
Oh, one day.
Is that your aspirations? What are you going to do? Stick to bikes, or are you going to go into the more open wheeled, or what are you thinking?
We'll have a go at both of them.
Good stuff, mate. Well, hey, congratulations, man, and wear that one with pride, eh?
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
All right, back up to you there, Corb.
Easy as, so not too far away from these flat trackers getting back into it. How's that for a shot? Young fella sitting on the wheelie bin, and I'm guessing that's what turns 3 and 4 there, maybe.
Righto, we're down, well, not in the pits now. We've actually come up and caught up with these two classics. You're the classic sidecars, but of course you both boys are pretty good classics as well. Aaron, it's been a wee while since you've been on a bike. You've been sort of supporting the wife's stock car habits, which are pretty bad, up to Rotorua for the World 240s, or the women's ladies crown anyway. She did a fantastic job up there, represented the club well. You come out on a classic sidecar and clean up. Good going?
Yeah, no, it was all right. She wasn't the easiest to ride, but as the day got on, we got used to it and figured out how it worked. And
is that your wife or the bike we're talking about?
Nah, the bike, mate. The bike.
Yeah. All right, obviously it's not something you're used to. It's old school, hard to handle. You said you struggled quite a bit. You looked like you're riding it pretty smooth, but you're actually battling it out there.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing about it is, when you look on the TV or in the crowd, it looks like it's really smooth, but out there you're fighting it. Dylan on the back, he hasn't been on for 5 or 6 years as well. It was sort of a throw together last night and this morning, and we were sort of a bit shocked, really.
I heard he actually got a little bit maybe tanked last night and agreed to do this only after a few beers. Is that correct, Dylan?
Yeah, wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Because we asked you not so long ago, you said you'd never do a swinging on a sidecar again, but it's amazing. All you got to do is get you drunk and ask you, apparently.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, but mate, you boys must be stoked though. I mean, you haven't been on a bike since 2018. Come out and win something, it's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, I think I'll go back into retirement now.
Good stuff. Well, I'll come back to you after this race.
All right, back to the action with our flat trackers, and once again it's that 560 machine of Damien Cope that leads them down through turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Cormac Buchanan, though he sits in second at the moment, trying to make a move for third round the outside of Jason Davis. And he makes it stick. Davis heads to the inside of him. It isn't giving him a lot of room to work with at the moment. Cope, though, looking very, very racy. He's at the fastest lap of the race, which is an 18.367. He did that last time around. And he's already pulled quite the lead on the rest of the field. Buchanan heads to the inside of them again, and they push him out nice and wide. And he drops back into probably third or fourth. At the moment, it's fourth for now. Damien Cope, they will be loving this. He's down the extreme carts, back straight as your race leader. Here comes Buchanan. Another dive through turns number 3 and 4. Don't discount Blake Gillard, though. He's up on the high line and trying to make a move for second. Damien Cope, fastest lap of the race at 18.264. He leads it over Blake Gillard in second, as Buchanan drops back yet another spot. Alistair Hugenbosom, he's in third for now. Davis back in fifth. See your race order as they come around to greet the white flag. It's Damien Cope, Blake Gillard, Cormac Buchanan, Alistair Hugenbosom to Jason Davis. That's your top five. One more lap to go through turns 3 and 4. He's been unstoppable all day long, and your race winner and winner for the Burt Munro Challenge is Damien Cope. He had the fastest lap of the race in 18.264. He gets it done over Blake Gillard to Cormac Buchanan. And the impressive part about it is, folks, he started from the rear of the field, worked his way through the traffic as early as turn 2 on the first lap, and managed to sneak away with the win there. We'll take a look at the official standings though. Damien Cope, Blake Gillard second, Cormac Buchanan was third, Alistair Hugenbosom was in fourth, Jason Davis fifth, Andrew Rudd in sixth, Wayne Drake in 7th, Andy Walker in 8th, Mark Galbraith in 9th, Scott Wilkins in 10th, James Hugenbosom in 11th, Connor McLusky Young in 12th, Jacob Scammell 13th, Daniel Jordan 14th, and Robbie Stokes in 15th. Put your hands together for this man though, folks. Damien Cope, the winner of the 2024 and the inaugural Burt Munro Challenge for our flat trackers. He'll be chuffed with that. Back soon with the final race of the evening, our sidecars. Who wins the Burt Munro Challenge? Can the 2NZ go back to back? It's on track next here at Oreti Park Speedway.
Right, we might as well carry on with this interview because I've got nothing better to talk to, or no one better to talk to. So anyway, we're just talking a bit about, you guys coming out of retirement to have a bit of a run, well, Dylan anyway, and yourself, but you've got a perfectly good sidecar sitting in the shed at home. What's the story with that? Are we going to see you back on track anytime soon?
Well, after today, it sort of made me realise a bit more, but the big one is we'll have it out for the 9th. Have it out for the 9th for the 50th anniversary. So yeah, I'll pull it out the next couple of weeks and dust her off. And
was he going to put him on your swinger, or you got someone else?
Oh no, he's already said that's it. He's done and dusted. But, the thing I can't think is thank Dylan for jumping on, and Gary and Dave that owns the bike, and I swung on it for Bradley Sharp at the classic title.
Right, we better get going because the main attraction's about to kick off.
All right, here we have it, the final race of the evening. It's the A final for our sidecars. Can the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield go back-to-back? They're going to have to contend with the 16 of Carl Foster and Kristen Blumenthal, but around the outside they go. See your race order. It's Humphrey and Chatfield from Foster and Blumenthal to the 73 of Taylor Green and the pastry boy Callum Innes. Back to the other 16 of Jason Harper and James Dawson, who are back there in fourth. The 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield have the fastest lap of the race. It's a 19.337, and down the Scarecrow Gardening back straight they come through turns number 3 and 4. It's the 2NZ. These guys dearly would love to get their hands on that and go back to back. They had to come from the B final here also after issues in a heat race a little bit earlier on where they lost the rear wheel. Through 3 and 4, and on the exit they'll greet the white flag this time around. Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal doing well to hold on to second. Taylor Green, Callum Innes, the pastry boy, they're in third with the 16 of Jason Harper and James Dawson back there in fourth. Down the extreme carts back straight we come for the final time. Can they go back to back? You bet they can. On the exit of turn number 4, and the Burt Munro goes to the 2NZ of Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield with the fastest lap of the race, a 17.493. Over Carl Foster, Kristen Blumenthal, back to Taylor Green and Callum Innes. Jason Harper, James Dawson, a good day for those boys as well. They come home in fourth. But straight off the line, they were absolutely flying. They're on your screen now if you're watching from home, the 2NZ. Paul Humphrey and Chris Chatfield, they'll be chuffed with that. Make some noise for them. Put your hands together, race fans.
my head aren't shining no more. I don't know if I can do this anymore. If there is a time I will if there is a way I will never stay, never stay.
Oh, look at these boys. They're pretty bloody stoked about this back-to-back for the Burt Munro. We'll just give them a chance to get their helmets off. I wanted to actually interview them in front of everybody this time instead of stashing them away in the pits because this is a pretty cool feat considering. And considering the run too, Paul, she wasn't an easy one, mate. You had to come through the B because of that. What happened? What actually happened with that flat tyre?
Oh, the tyre slipped on the rim and snapped the valve stem off. So running on the edge of those pressures and up high on that dirt line, there's too much drive, and you sacrifice slipping the old tube in the wheel. So that's what it did. The old tyre slipped on the rim and snapped the valve stem.
She's hard work, mate. The track, was it sort of play into your hands? I mean, that part, just that first corner, man, you're just so smooth around there. Both you guys, very sleek outfit. There's no two ways about that. What does it mean to you to win this one this time?
Oh, it's a real honour, and because the amount of seat time Chatty and I have done this year is awesome. To just go straight out there and do that, and we're just real chuffed, I'm real proud because it's a real heritage meeting. So thanks for Chatfield and all the boys in the pit crew, Sean and Josh and Johnny, and all the sponsors keeping us going really, and Alvin and all the supporters over on the truck. So yeah, thanks.
Mate, you've done a fantastic job. I'm just going to grab Chris for a quick chat. And, mate, we haven't seen you much on a bike. You've had a few back problems and bits and pieces, so you've had a bit of a time to recover. Is it feeling good today, especially on two bikes, eh?
Yeah, two bikes was a bit special. Lucky to get that one out there in the third go, which is wasn't really going to do it, but yeah, Paul said, no, go and give her a go. Yeah, I've had a few back problems, but it was more this season where I'd taken off for young Maddie there that I had new babies, so...
Good stuff, mate. You must be pretty proud, though. I mean, no time on the bike, come out here, win this one. It's a pretty big one.
Yeah. No, I've always, last season I was pretty chuffed to win this one, and it was pretty mean to win this one again. And shout out to all the people that still stuck around. That was mean.
Oh, you've done a fantastic job, mate. Hey, well, congratulations. We'll let you carry on, go and celebrate. Well done, mate. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's right. Okay, folks, what we'll do is we'll do a sign-off as well. Thank you very much, everybody that's hung around to be here for this final deal, and also for those people that were live streaming at home tonight. Thank you very much for staying on with us. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage here from the super seller Shelley, from the professionals here in Invercargill Real Estate. It is, of course, the 2024 Burt Munro Challenge. Signing off. Catch you later.